screen because I can't view it on my end. So it's very hard for me to know when people are around.
Alright.
G'day guys, and welcome to Tales from the Undertaker. Yeah, okay, so I done goofed the intro apparently. Because someone leaves the mic on during I can't work in these unprofessional conditions. I'm going to be waiting in my trailer here. No.
Here.
Welcome guys. My name's Michael, and I'm from Ask a Pathfinder. With me today, of course, is the cast of Color Circuit for Tales from the Undertaker, a boutique horror of epic proportions set in the Pathfinder world of Galarion. This is a tabletop RPG where our players use their wits, their minds, their cunning, and their resources to try and overcome the various challenges, quests, and pitfalls that lie before them. As some of you noticed, we are now enjoying our very new layout from Season 1. And if you haven't checked out Season 1, do not fret, for we have just begun our latest book, so you aren't actually that behind. Instead, we only have our basic intro for these guys, which is that they are, in fact, sweepers, members of a very prestigious occupation that go around the nation of Ustalav and try and free them from the various evils that lurk within. So yeah, there you go. That's the new description of where you guys are and what's going on. So let's do this little thing which I wanted to do with John, but you know he'll be back at some point or another. You probably noticed that there is a blank space, a John-shaped hole in one of the chairs. That is because John is unwell, but do not fear. Geralt will be back hopefully next week, and everything will be good, and he hopefully isn't lost or dead or something. But let's find out a little bit about each of these characters and their current quests and motivation for this adventure. So let's start with none other than the leader of the Howland Agency, played by our beloved Zach. Take it away.
Hi guys, Khalil Howland, level 4 Magus once again. Khalil's main inspiration to be a sweeper was when he was younger. Him and his sister were orphans, and they were basically transferred around and then bought out by different slaveries and stuff like that. I think one of them ended up being like a cult, and they were rescued by the Helsing Agency, Valentine specifically, and Khalil really looked up to him and wanted to create a group to rival his, and so he's on the way trying to become like a great hero himself and try to save people the same way he was saved when he was younger.
Awesome. And to his left?
Yep. Right.
That side, right, is, of course, Justin, who will be playing Darby.
Hello. Yes, I play Darby. I became a sweeper because I was kicked out from my father's house. He's a Ustalav noble. He tried to keep me a secret because I'm a tiefling, and that would be bad on him. So he cast me out. I was homeless for about a year, and then Khalil approached me to join his team. And so now I'm just trying my best to survive and make a name so that maybe my dad will let me back.
I like to imagine that Khalil saw like Darby doing something like really like odd but cool at the same time that most people would be off put by, and Khalil was just like super like tantalized and enticed by it. And like a
see now all I can imagine is he's on the street doing like this fan dance. From the old Star Trek thing, the Uhura dance, with like the feather boa and everything.
Yes, that's exactly how Darby and Khalil met.
I think so. All right, and of course, the newest addition to the group is, of course, being played by Madison. Tell us a bit about Sorora.
Hi, Sorora is a level 4 cleric. She joined the group because she was looking for Panacea, which is the herb to cure anything. It's kind of a myth. Along the way, she just kind of joined in with them because they were adventurers. They were helping people. She was getting free gold out of it. She got
Literally within like minutes
Yeah,
of coming
she's
with
just
that,
like
she got like a bunch of gold.
But these guys aren't very good at bluffing, and I've helped out with that, and I've helped a little bit with healing, and yes, I've come to enjoy their company, so I stick around.
Oh, look at that. So now that puts you guys at like one person who has enjoyed your company so far.
Not even our own party besides her.
No, speaking of the missing person, I will kind of fill in for John. John is our absent player, and he is playing the character Halfling Brawler, known as Geralt. Geralt is a rather sullen and relatively surly individual who used to be a guard in the town of Seska. However, due to the act of several sweepers and other adventurers, he ended up being disgraced for being drunk on the job and lost his employment with the city. He was inspired by a former party member to take up the mantle of trying to prove that he is more than just some sort of lowly drunkard, and joined up with the Howlin Agency as their muscle, as it were. Tiny muscle, but muscle nonetheless. All right, and that brings us up to speed with our group. Let's now bring us up to speed with the story, with, of course, our favorite recapper, The Undertaker. No, The Undertaker's gone.
No.
Oh, no, there it is.
The Undertaker.
Just puts
I was
on
worried.
bunny
I thought I
ears.
lost him. I thought he got out. Greetings and salutations and welcome once again to Tales from the Undertaker. Last time when we met, things did not go so well for our heroes. Having successfully recovered from their injuries at the Blood Moon Ball, they've managed to find some work all the way in the town of Undurno, where they hope to find and hunt some manner of great beast. Alternatively, they intend to move on from there, once they are done, heading, of course, towards Lantern Lake and the town of Thrushmore, where they hope to learn what fate beheld several missing children in the area. Now, the journey was not small. Castle Corvishaw to Undorno was quite a journey, and a storm brewed heavily in the sky. The rain, the thunder, they kind of gave pause to both Darby and Khalil, who decided to take shelter. But Geralt, in his, competitive way, decided that he would take Sorora and they would brave the storm together. It wasn't until later that they realized a terrible landslide had caught both Sorora and Geralt, and they too were separated from one another. The next morning, both Khalil and Darby have managed to survive and outlast the storm within the confines of a small, safe bear cave. Or at least what they thought was a bear cave. Am I right? Along their journey, they bumped into a, tiny creature, which made off with Khalil's weapon, a gremlin, a pugwampy creature that did nothing but bring bad luck and misfortune to the poor Magus, as he found his sword quickly replaced with a mimic. He fell into some bushes, and all manner of terrible things continued to happen to him. The gremlin got away, however, and the group continued, eventually finding the companionship of two sweepers that were also on their way to Undorno. This was Gabriel and Erin, both of which were attempting to participate in a local festival called the Hunt for the White Stag. Coincidentally, the same job that our heroes are on. Now, there was a little bit of a side quest here, which I don't think needs to be mentioned.
No,
but let's
ever.
just say that let us just say that Khalil has not seen the last of the gremlin or the second, but he will see it more often.
He's a little bit lighter.
And they did continue after Khalil, 100 gold lighter, made his way to the town of Undorno. where Sorora waits disheveled at the outskirts of the town, covered in mud, brandishing a hammock. And that is where we will begin our tale.
Sorora, you
Will our
look-
friends find the white stag, or will the hunters become the hunted? Let's find out. I swear that hat wanders around, eh? Like, okay. So, yes, that is where we find ourselves. Now, let me just describe the town real quick. Sorora, you've been here for maybe half an hour, but you decided to kind of wait out the front just until they caught up because you figured they couldn't be too far behind you as the landslide delayed you quite well. The last you saw of Geralt, he was being swept up by a tree
Oh no.
and went in a different direction. You spent a good portion of your time trying to find him, but to no avail. So you've got that news to bear as well. So, the town of Ondorno is a small town, small like shire, with a huge hill that mounds to the north. You can see the interior of the town is contained at the foot of the hill with what appears to be a windmill at the highest end, and what could possibly be a bakehouse, as the smells of fresh baked bread, sweet pies and stuff like that, meat pies and all that, the smell just sort of wafts through the area, giving it a very nice, pleasant, and rather welcoming vibe. The people seem happy, and they, sort of conduct themselves. There's about maybe 200 or so people in this very tiny town, but you can see that there are lots of carriages and wagons from visitors who are sort of running around. You can see people who have, sort of armor and attire of adventuring sort, and they are charging through town and picking up supplies and all that jazz. There is also a large longhouse that looks like a hunting lodge that seems to be almost acting as a town hall. Adjacent to that, you can see a long river. This is, of course, the Distrach River, which seems to run very fast and very wide. The river dock there has many ships, and you can see that there is, in fact, a regular ferry that takes trips across the waters of the Distrach River. There is also a lumberyard further up, and a lot more away from town, but you can definitely hear the unmistakable sounds of the woodcutters making their craft. All right. You are you are here. You are approaching, and you can see Sorora in front of you.
Hello, Sorora. Hello. Whoa, you look very disheveled. And is that a hammock?
It is a hammock. Just take a look at how cool it is.
It sure is a hammock.
Did you buy
The
a
hammock
hammock,
looks like-
Sorora?
The hammock looks as though it was dragged in the mud.
You found a hammock in the mud.
Yes.
And you
Did
picked it up.
you... Where's Geralt?
He
Is he
might
drinking?
be dead.
Oh, you don't know where he is?
We got separated. There was a tree that came by,
You were
swept him away.
just a moving tree?
It was in the mudslide.
Oh,
It was a landslide.
I'm sure he's fine.
sounds like you had a harrowing adventure.
But that does mean that we did win the bet. Geralt said that he would not drink for a full day next time we see him.
No, that was if you completed this mission.
It's if I found the town first.
Was it?
And
Technically, you found it
I
before he
found the
did.
town first.
Hey. Well, I've been here before everyone.
Right. So you have to make Geralt not drink for a day.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
So behind you, the town beckons. You know that your point of contact is an individual by the name of Albert Palmer.
Yes.
And he is apparently the town mayor.
So would you say it looks like there's... Does it look like there's obviously like a festival getting ready, or... You said that there was tourists, so we can tell that like there's a lot of people not from here.
Yeah, you can definitely tell, and the festival is definitely being prepared for. There is tons of food, floating around outside. You know, people walking the streets with like drinks and things. You know, and you see workers that seem to be constructing a large sort of like podium. They're kind of in the base level. They're sort of putting down the struts and all that. You can also see that there is a large amount of people gathered around one particular building called the Hammer and Track, which appears to be the local inn.
I want to run up excitedly to the closest, friendliest looking person I can talk to.
Okay. Could you roll me a percentage, please?
Ooh.
He said to do things that don't involve rolling dice.
Is that 18?
18. Okay, with an 18, you find yourself... All right, you find a small child.
All right, cool.
This is a small female child, a child of the female variety, and she seems to be at play with what appears to be two boys in the streets. The boys are like throwing mud at each other, and the girls also throwing mud.
All right, cool. Hi, little
Yes.
one. What's your name?
Ooh. Oh, hi. My name is Thin.
In?
Thin.
Thin. Nice to meet you, Thin. I was wondering, do you know where I could find the mayor of this town?
Oh, my dad. Yeah, I know where you can find my dad.
He's your dad. You're the mayor's child. It's nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. My name is Khalil.
I'm this many old.
5, 6, 7. That's very impressive.
I've been that many old for this many days.
You just
One
turned.
day.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like to take us to your dad? Or could you just tell us where he is?
I would like to.
Okay. Can you?
Right now?
Oh, yes, I can. Dad is over and talking to Father Haver.
Father Haver. Thank you.
He's at the church.
Father
Haver's a nice man. Father Haver bought me sweets on my birthday.
Nice man. Thank you very much, then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And waving you away, she suddenly gets clocked in the back of the head with a mud ball. The two boys start laughing. She looks like she's about to cry, but instead of crying, she sort of crouches down into a rugby tackle and just bolts at one of these children, and then just wham! You just see one of them get knocked the hell out. Yeah.
Can I like scrape off some mud off of my body and throw it at the other kid?
Yeah, totally. Make an attack roll.
Whacked. 20 points of damage. Crit hit.
Attacking little children
14.
already.
Oh,
14? Yeah, you pull off a piece of mud and and this gob just goes thwap and hits him at the side of the face.
Good.
That's hilarious.
He is quite uncertain because he was told he can't throw mud at adults.
Oh. Very impressive, Sorara. I believe
It was actually a very impressive throw.
the mayor should be in the church. I just met his daughter, actually, which is crazy.
All right, well, let's go to
All right.
the church then.
Head into the church. All right. You begin to make your way towards the that large building that was mentioned before, and you see out the front there is a big sign that says the Bolting Boar Hunting Lodge. This is easily the largest building in the town. and you do recognize that there is a holy symbol mounted on the side of the building. This is the holy symbol to the god Eristil, god of communities, god of the hunt, and god of family.
Okay.
Out the front, you can see there are two people. There is a portly veteran man with a large handlebar mustache, with a wide smile, who seems to be patting the other individual on the back, bragging about this year's festivities and talking about just how absolutely amazing everything is going. The second individual is a middle-aged man who is wearing green robes and sort of leather armor over the top of that. He carries an old and battered crossbow with him, which bears the mark of an old Ustavic military organization. So you can actually see the heraldry still marked on the side of it. Okay, I believe we have some pictures for you guys here. We will require... let's see. What will we require? Eddie Tor, by the way, floating in the background. Let's see. There is... If you could get me the picture of the dude with the little kind of torch thing, Mayor Albert. And that is the individual who, as you approach, sees you and greets you.
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt greeted us. It's out.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, hello, sir.
How are you?
Oh,
How are
welcome!
you?
Welcome to the town.
Thank you.
My name is Mayor Palmer. It's a delight to meet you. Are you here for the festivities? Oh, I'm sure you are. Such strapping and strong individuals.
Yes, actually, we're here to finally beat that darn animal of yours, I guess.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Oh, this is truly a great day. Allow me to introduce Father Julian Haver.
Father Julian.
The priest sort of walks up and he sort of says, good afternoon. We were just putting down the notifications for the hunt. If you would like to have a look at them, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, of course. Let me
Yes.
introduce ourselves first. My name is Khalil. This is Darby, and this is Sorora. We're part of the Hallen Agency.
The mayor grabs each of you by the hand and sort of shakes it vigorously. Moving over to Darby, grabs his hand, shakes it, and
I always
Sorora
avoid eye
shakes her
contact
hand.
with people. I always avoid eye contact with people.
And he says, "Oh, well, it's lovely to meet you. It's absolutely damn smashing to meet you. Have you been shown around town? I mean, are you settling in okay?"
We actually just got into town. One of our friends was lost in a mudslide. He should come along soon, but we just got here.
Oh goodness. Well, no, we can't have that. Listen, I'll go have a quick word with the town guard and see if we can get a few people from the militia to go and have a look and see if we can find him.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Yes, thank you.
And, he basically plods off to go and speak with someone. He stops not too far away. He seems to be talking to what looks to be maybe a butcher. He's like got a whole bunch of like these sausage rolls in his hands, and has a chat with him. The priest sort of looks at you and says, "Have you ever hunted elk before?"
Yes, I have.
I can't say that specifically I have.
I'm not much of a hunter. I typically just gather ingredients.
We killed a
see.
ferret
Well,
once. A really
We
big
did-
one.
We did kill a giant ferret that one time.
Well, that is mighty impressive. The Church of Era still always appreciates those who know how to hunt well. My advice, the creature is a very elusive one, and many people say that the thing doesn't even exist. But I know many who have seen it. I've come close to catching it myself, in fact. The tracks I followed were not of any normal elk, but of some sort of immense creature.
You've been hunting this thing for a very long time now, right?
Oh yes, yes, absolutely. It's been many years, almost 3 decades now.
The entire festival's built around this tradition, hunting this creature, correct?
That is
What
correct.
happens when someone, finally catches it?
Oh, there'll be a great celebration. It'll most likely be a festival to commemorate the hunt itself, and we'd still have the festival.
Oh, just no hunting.
No, 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 we'd still have hunting. We just wouldn't hunt the white elk. We would hunt other things to commemorate the hunt for the white elk.
Of course.
Maybe even a mock hunt. That could be fun.
Yeah.
3 decades, and there's only one white elk? Only one?
That's correct.
Okay.
You see, young one, there is a grand tale, one that is super long, and I will tell you an hour about it. And an hour later, long story short, what he basically tells you is that that Aristil as a deity likes to challenge his followers and his faithful by instilling creatures with great and supernatural powers. One of which that is most well known is, of course, the white elk, which is supposed to be almost like trying to catch the wind. He believes that there is one that shows up every year because of their devotion, because of their love and their admiration for the great deity, that he has allowed their small town to prosper in the rather harsh environments of Ustalar. So this hunt is like as much a ritual as it is an actual hunt. And there is a lot of, serenity to it for him.
Okay.
Do you think, does something bad happen if you kill the white elk?
No. Quite the contrary. It is considered a great honor, even among, even to Aristil, that one has caught the creature.
And 10,000 gold piece reward?
Yes, that is correct. We have several rewards available for the return of an animal carcass whole. It would earn you 100 gold pieces. A dire animal will fetch 500 gold pieces. Should you manage to find a rare or magical creature, 1,000 gold pieces would be offered. And of course, the capture and bringing of the white elk in its entirety is 10,000 gold pieces.
How many animals can you bring in? As many as we find?
Well, as many as you want. Now, bear in mind that there is a restriction on animals. Obviously, it has to be something of noteworthy game. So rabbits and squirrels and stuff like that. We're happy to pass on maybe 5 gold a piece for those. But as for as for like larger animals like the boars, the deer, things like that, 100 gold pieces.
And we can bring.
The reason why we are able to pay such high value for these things is because we actually receive quite a lot of financial support from all the people in town. Most of the money ends up going to the tourism, and all the money is quickly made back by those same people who come to do these hunts.
It sounds like a good deal all around.
Yeah, $10,000 or gold will be pretty nice when we get it, right, guys?
Right. And let's say we come across magical creatures.
A few of them.
Where is the Lepistat beast?
Did she yell this out in the room?
Yeah,
Is
yes.
the beast of Lepistat? Oh, well, I imagine he'd be in Lepistat.
No, I'm going back.
Dang it, he was gone when we woke up from the
Yeah.
fight, but it looked like we saw evidence that he ran away.
Yeah, excuse us, Father. What would you suggest we do while we wait for the,
Festivities?
Yes.
Well, there are many things you can do to explore around the town. The town center is where the lifeblood of the village is currently building and setting up for the festival. You can meet many members of our community there. The Bolting Boar, which is my hunting lodge here, serves as a point where you can bring anything you wish to hunt and gain your reward. There is also the river docks and the lumber yard are kind of like they're boring. Don't really want to go there, but there are people there that might be interesting. There is a general store with a large collection of very cool souvenirs that you might enjoy, including white toys and clockwork mechanical instruments. The Blackwood Butchers sells the most succulent meat and the spiciest sausages this side of the Dutch River. The Inn Hammer and Track is probably where you want to go to make sure that you have accommodation for the evening. And if hunger still pangs you, then you can head up the hill towards the Daly's Bakery. There, the family, the Daly's, are always cooking something special in their ovens. Some lovely treats and food up there. And if you are into horses or animal mounts, Whitaker's Ranch is also up there, but he's kind of old, so you have to speak loudly.
Curious, who do you think is the highest chance of winning this competition so far? Do you have any runner-ups?
Well, there are a couple of people who are very prospective winners. Of note, there are... Okay.
Darby wonders to himself, I wonder what happened to Horse.
Whose horse?
It was my horse.
Yeah, what happened to our horses? We tied them up outside
We just
of...
left them somewhere.
What?
Okay, one would assume... Okay, just a hypothetical. One would assume you went back and retrieved your horses. Sorora, your horse is, well, gone. Geralt's horse may also possibly be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I can believe that Geralt might have lived through a landslide, but a horse, that might be pushing it teeny bit, teeny little bit.
So I guess we have our horses.
Yes, this stupid horse.
All right. So that being said, we then go to the prospective champions, which are... Okay, here we go. So, Samus Stern is a well-traveled hunter. He is well-known as a lycanthrope hunter. Well, I say well-known. He's not well-known. He's kind of known. However, he has a very bad attitude. He's a bad-attitude. There's Grinder's Grunts. Now, Grinder's Grunts are... they're trying to win with quantity over quality. Led by Grinder, a half-orc individual, and his hobgoblin second, Donovan. They have a large group of mercenaries, bandits, thugs, and brigands who are currently causing a ruckus at the inn. But they are...
what was that hobgoblin's
next...
Donovan?
Donovan, yeah. They're the next big favorite. There's also two Galtese men that have come into town recently, Gabriel and
You
Aaron.
know them?
They've come a couple of times, and they're very well known and very well versed in the surrounding landscape. There's a whole bunch of other sweepers as well. Levy, Lachlan, and Spencer are local boys who have recently decided to try their luck at the hunt. All of them, very young, very inspired. Don't know what got into them. They just sort of decided that this year they were going to armor up and try their hand at the hunt before setting out on their own adventure.
Nice. I meant to ask, is this like a predominantly human town?
You may roll a knowledge local or knowledge local check on the town of Ondono, if you wish to.
Even I'm not trained in it.
Then you cannot roll a knowledge local check on the town of Ondono.
Okay, thank you very much, Father.
Someone really
I
wants to-
appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Oh, which is quite all right. All right, you leave the Bolting Boar and head back down towards town. As mentioned, all the locations are in front of you with a ton of places for you to check and explore. Could I get you guys to make me a perception check?
Absolutely.
9.
Dobby got a 10.
Khalil got a 26.
All right, Khalil. You notice that there is this rather short little gnome with a big kind of twirly mustache, long pink hair, and there seems to be these two, like, kind of rough-looking guys that seem to have cornered him into a corner, and they seem to just be, like, kind of chatting to him, but it definitely seems like they're bullying him.
Okay, then I walk over there. And I kind of want to put my hand on one of their shoulders.
All right. Well, the conversation you hear. Please, sir. Listen, there are no refunds, and there's nothing wrong with the product. Nothing wrong with the product? Are you telling me that I'm blind? You hear that, Gerald? He thinks I'm blind. I heard that, Dave. And then you put your hand on his shoulder, and he turns to you.
Hi, how are you doing today?
How am I doing today?
Yeah.
How am I doing today? Well, this tiny little charlatan here sold us this for an insane price. And he holds up what appears to be a white stag.
For?
He said 200 gold for a lure, and that's what he says. And he said, no, sorry. It was actually a misunderstanding. I said the prices are alluring. Yeah, that's what you... just because you use big words, don't make this any less of a scam, you little bastard.
Well,
Now, you're going to pay me back, or I'm going to jam this so far down your throat.
Well, that would be a waste of your money, sir. It sounds like you were too, dumb to understand what you were buying.
My God.
Excuse the phrasing.
Dave, I reckon this one think we're dumb. You know what, Gerald? I think you're right. And I think that this thing here is going to definitely come in handy. And with that, he reaches up to belt you across the head with this tiny little wooden statue. Roll initiative. Let's get some drama music in.
13.
13.
Dobby also got a 13.
Oh, wow. Khalil got a 15. This might be the first time Khalil has ever gone first.
We don't know what they got.
That's true.
Okay, so 13. What did Khalil get?
15.
15. Okay, so they get... Oh, they're going dead last. So it'll be going Khalil. What's your initiatives? Dobby and Sorora?
They're both 13.
We both have 13, yeah.
Yeah, what's your actual initiative score?
Oh, so
Oh, 1.
what's your modifier on your initiative, on your dexterity?
It was...
And for that, that's 3. But I get -2 to initiative
Oh,
from seeing my friend get
Yes,
murdered.
it was 2.
oh, she gets +2.
+2? Okay, so it will then go Sorora and then Dobby.
Dabby. You have a
All right.
permanent -2 to your initiative because of Raylan?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I get a 2 to initiative from Melancholy.
Ah, that is pretty sad. Alright, I'm gonna go with Smash Brothers music. Alright, so as this these big tough burly guys sort of try to clock you in the head, Khalil, you get to actually move first, realizing that their intentions are very hostile.
Yeah, that was pretty close to an insult from you, Khalil. Like, you knew that they were gonna attack once you said this.
No, I thought we were having a friendly conversation.
Oh my God.
Alright, I'm gonna roll with the back of my weapon for non-lethal. That's
okay.
an 18 to hit.
18 to hit.
Yes.
18 will definitely hit as you bring your weapon around and cut into him.
And that's
pretty savage.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Okay. Oh, he did not like that. And one of them turns around and goes, well, I assume you hit the one that was swinging down at you. Yeah. The other one goes, no, Dave! Oh, you will pay for that! And up until this point, they didn't have their weapons out. They're like sort of reaching. They haven't pulled them out yet, but they're reaching for their actual weapons now. Sorora, it is your turn.
Are we gonna kill these people?
No.
Why are you attacking them?
I didn't start this fight, Sorora.
Yeah, but you cut him.
I punched him. I hit him with the backside of my blade.
Oh.
I just smacked him.
Can I just kind of calm down the situation somehow?
What do you do?
Whoa,
Throw me out your
whoa.
ideas.
Sir. Oh, I don't think I have any spells that can like
charm person or something.
No. I really don't have any. Well, let me see.
You can just try to persuade them to stop.
Okay. Can I just tell this guy, the main guy... So the main guy's down, right?
He just got hit really hard.
Okay, I'll just kind of jump in and be like, listen, he was in a landslide and he hit his head really bad.
I was not in a...
So he's really concussed in the head. We're sorry about this. What's happening?
Roll a diplomacy check.
Oh no. Okay, 4. Let's see. My modifier is 4, so 6.
And okay, so the larger one who's just been cut turns around and says, "Yeah, I'm sorry too. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to give you your friend back in a body bag."
Oh no.
How much is that gonna cost you?
Oh my! Why are you like this?
I can do a great price. Shut up.
I'm not trying to start
all right,
this
Dobby.
All right. I'm going to go up to them too and be like, "Listen, you're outnumbered. I can take this bomb and just blow you to smithereens, or we can call it quits and you can just leave right now." Trying to be like, puff up my chest as much as I can.
Intimidation.
Okay, roll your intimidate check.
I get a -5 from my one of my traits, but I still get like +7. So 25.
Holy shit.
Cool.
Good.
Nice. 25. Dave, I don't think it's a good idea.
I'm like behind Dobby with like a mud ball like ready.
One of them, the larger one turns to Khalil and says, "You better watch yourself. I'll remember this. You've not heard the last of this. Come on."
Goodbye! I'll see you later!
Nice meeting
Try not
you.
to start more fights.
And they run off.
Is the little guy still there?
Yeah, he's still there. He walks up to the front of you guys and says, "Oh, thank you. I don't know what those guys would have done if you hadn't come along.
You're welcome. Are you okay?
Oh yes, no, I'm fine. My name is Sabro Jitterwinker. I'm the curator and owner of the general store. Please, if you ever need something, I'll give you a great discount. It's the least I could do for you, saving my life, or at least saving my precious face.
Yes, that's true.
You sold them a stag?
Well, yes, we have a lot of souvenirs that are up for sale. And as I said before, it was a simple misunderstanding, that is all.
Well, I think you should be more careful as well. They're probably not done with you, even though they might have more beef with us.
Seemed like they had beef with you.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about you, sir.
Ooh. I'm sure it'll be okay. I mean, all the hunters need to get their supplies from somewhere, and it's one of those things. You can't really upset the shopkeeper without upsetting everyone else. Because if they steal from me, then they're stealing from fine people like you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, I didn't catch your names.
Hi, I'm Khalil, and this is
Darby.
It's Aurora.
And we're part of the Howlin' Agency, and we've come here to...
Oh, the Howlin' Agency.
Yes.
Oh wow, I've heard of you guys before. Yes, you were involved in all that Carrion Hill carry on. Yeah, Carrion Hill on.
Yes, we were.
Oh wow, that's it's so yeah. Well, wow, yeah. It's so good to see you here. I hope you enjoy the festivities. Sorry, I'm just on my way to get some more supplies from the church, but please feel free to drop by when I'm back in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Happy hunting.
Bye.
All right, guys. So if we have members in the audience tuning in, first of all, of course, as always, welcome aboard. And if you guys can, please give me a number between 1 and 51, and I will be delving into the plot twist cards to see what I can throw at these individuals today. So any number between 1 and 51. All right. So where are you guys going now? You're in the you're basically in the town square, so you can kind of see all the different
We should definitely
locations.
get a room.
We'll go to
Heading to the inn?
We'll go to the
Yes.
hammer and track.
The hammer and track.
All right.
If there's any rooms left.
That's all right. We
All
have
right,
a hammock
head-
and tent.
Heading over to the Hammer and Track, you find a quaint two-story inn
Hammer and Track?
that is
Hammer and
alive with noise and commotion. There are dozens of people here. Some people over on one side of the room, just socializing. Other people just getting completely hammered and sort of regaling each other on stories and what have you. And on the other side, you can see Aaron and Gabe sort of sitting down and enjoying a meal.
Oh, cool.
There is also a bar where there is this immense man, a giant muscular dude with a bald head. And he kind of just looks kind of dense. He doesn't seem to say anything. Just sort of nods at people.
Interesting.
Samus.
Who's
the
Sam?
hunter.
Might. I don't
Oh,
think
meet me.
so. I think that guy's a traveler.
I'm gonna go...
Dang it.
You have not met Aaron and Gabriel yet.
No.
I'm gonna go towards them with Sora and Darby.
I want to go find a room first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
I'm
Where are you
going
going?
with Khalil.
I'm gonna let Darby go find a room.
Wait, what? I thought we were gonna go talk to these people.
Let's find a room.
Okay.
All right, you make your way over to the bar. and you can find this large guy who sort of sits to you and goes, Dennis.
Dennis.
Hello. How are you, Dennis?
No, name Yuri. Dennis Gelfortnahar Betirgamot. Common, not so good.
Room.
Room 3.
Yes.
I put 3 gold down.
No, it's 1, 2, 3.
Yes, 3 people.
Room
3 people, yes.
3.
Dude, the room is room 3.
No, he's asking
Nope.
if we want 3 rooms.
3 rooms.
One-
No,
Oh.
this
Do we need 3 rooms?
How big are the rooms?
Yes, we will take 3 rooms.
Gebloka Skarke. 4 gold.
Okay, I'll give him 4 gold.
Each?
No, I think in total, right?
Is that total?
Mm,
Good.
good.
Good. Are you related
Food.
to food?
Gopchik.
Uh,
Gopchik.
I could eat.
Yes, food is good.
I've eaten a lot of mud lately, so
So you're full.
no, I could eat.
Okay.
All right. As you go to pay for the the room and stuff like that, all of a sudden, you see a very small hand from behind you reach past and put 4 gold. Oh, sorry, well, gold for you and your food down on the bench. And you could see behind you a rather young, like I'm talking like maybe 14, 15-year-old kid wearing armor that is definitely not built for him. And he says, I'll be paying for them. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Oh, not at all. Listen, I mean, my friends and I, we just talking. Are you guys the Howlin' Agency?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Oh my. Yeah. Okay. Would you maybe have a drink with us? And
How old are
sort
you?
of points over to a table, and there's 2 other like 14-year-old kids, right? Like one's like this girl, like sort of half elf, you can kind of tell, and the other is like this kind of farmhand looking muscular kid. He says, "Oh, I'm 14, sir." But don't let that fool you. Well, I mean, yeah, I just, yeah. My name's Levy, actually.
Oh, you're the locals that are taking place in the festivals this year. The hunt.
And
Ye-
Spencer.
Yeah, yes. Lachlan and Spence are my friends over there. Lachlan really wanted to meet you.
Okay.
She's the half elf.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I would love to meet them.
Instead of alcohol,
All right.
would you buy me a pie?
Oh yes, of course. I'll do that right now.
Good.
Levy runs out of the inn.
Wow.
He runs out of the inn.
All right. What do you guys do?
I go to the table and
Yeah,
greet them.
I'll take a drink.
Hello.
They sort of lean back in their chairs as you approach, and it's like you can see their eyes are like sparkling almost. One of them stands up and says, "Oh, yeah, my name's Spencer. I'm the leader of the Spenson Agency."
Oh, Malanta.
The Spenson Agency.
Yeah, yes, and we're trying to be sweepers. Just like you.
Right.
You know, when you took on Carrion Hill and fought off a horde of zombies, and you managed to single-handedly rescue an alchemist from certain doom, even one of the well-known Helsing, and then liberate the town and set them free and escape a death knight while riding a giant otyugh on a carriage. Oh,
We did all of that,
Yep,
yes.
This was pretty insane when you hear it said out.
Pretty cool, if you ask me.
oh yes, no, it was absolutely. I've got to say, and I mean the fact when you jumped through a window and smashed it and were fighting a horde of zombies on the 2nd story of another building. I mean that was incredible. I mean, I've just heard so much about you, Khalil. I'm a big fan. I just at this point the elven woman sort of places her hands over Spencer's mouth and she says, "Hi, I'm Lachlan. Sorry about this. It's a little bit embarrassing. We actually didn't think you'd be here. We're looking to become sweepers, and it was because we read your article." And she holds up a issue of the Pathfinder Chronicle covering your escapade in the in Carrion Hill. and she said, "Listen, I know the boys would probably be a bit too shy to ask, but I don't suppose you would sign this for us. It'd mean a lot to us."
Of course.
Okay, they hand you the book and you sign it.
I first, real quick, can I detect magic on this book?
You can. There is no magic on the book.
Okay, I'll sign it.
Fuck you, book. All right. All right. You sign the book, Darby.
He'll like take it and just like look at them weird and sign it. Like, why the?
This sort of all smiles.
Why would you
Like
want
he's
this?
as grouchy as everyone says he is.
I kind of like just draw a picture of like a crow skull. Can I like look through the book a little bit?
That's so cool. You can. Please roll me an intelligence check with a +10 bonus.
By the way, one small detail though, I do have immaculate penmanship. Just like
What did you
Fair
say?
enough.
A perception check, or what did you say?
Yes.
With knowledge?
Yeah.
Which knowledge?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. No. You make a perception check and you get a +10 on that check.
Oh, okay. 24.
Good thing you got the +4. All right. Thank you very much to Streamhouse ABQ
yes,
for
yes.
all in the details. You realize that upon reading this Pathfinder Chronicle, having actually read it, it explains the events of Carrion Hill in explicit detail. Like, insane explicit detail. As in, there is stuff that no one witnessed. But it describes everything from how a crow skeleton leapt from a 2-story building, swooped down and grabbed hold of Khalil before smashing him into a 2nd-story window, where they fended off and exploded a whole bunch of
Would Sorora
of
know
zombies
that, though?
and the gunslinging undead that shot the Ochu, that sacrificed its life so the group could escape, only to return later and be the horse-drawn carriage that ripped through the undead. There's like crazy amounts of detail. It almost as if like one of you guys had written it.
Is Geralt secretly a reporter?
I can't imagine Dralt writing anything. Where did you get this book from? It's just a Pathfinder Chronicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just very specifically detailed, the things that no one else was there for.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say what happened, but yeah, it was very, it was just so inspiring. We just couldn't help but take up our own swords and shields and decide that we wanted to become sweepers too. But before we go, we wanted to do something at home, just before. So we're gonna go on this hunt and then start our own journey.
I wish the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
I would suggest
shortly after, an out of breath man, so a boy like runs in. He has a pie.
Hooray!
Here you are, ma'am. And she sort of puts down the pie.
Wait, what flavor is the pie?
It is apple and rhubarb.
She hates apple and rhubarb.
Excuse me?
Oh,
I'm
No.
joking. I'm joking.
with like a little dust of cinnamon and vanilla sugar on top.
I'm kidding.
I kind of like...
Fun
Pat him on the head.
fact from Australia, we actually have way more meat pies than sweet pies. Like, the whole concept of sweet pies is actually super weird to me, and I love meat pies. Like, oh my god, like
It's weird
Pepper
that you have
steak.
meat pies.
Like Sweeney Todd?
pepper steak, Irish
Yes.
stew, shepherd's
Made out of
pie.
people.
Oh, shepherd's pie.
I like shepherd's pie though, yeah.
So hungry. But yeah, no, we literally, like, it's not that we only have meat pies, it's just like outside of like apple, like I don't think I've ever really seen a pie.
Like pecan?
Pumpkin?
I know where I can get them, but
Key
it's like
lime?
a specialty store.
Ooh, that's not good.
Lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue and cheese. Lemon meringue kind of goes into the like cheesecake kind of
Yeah,
aisle.
cheesecake's not really a pie.
Cheesecake's terrible.
You don't like cheesecake?
Oh, I
No.
love cheesecake.
Oh, we're side rolling this. Okay.
No, actually, you know what you should do? French vanilla cheesecake.
That sounds
Like,
good.
oh, they're so good.
Vanilla is not.
Anyway, I digress. We're talking about food. I'm hungry. All right. So yes, you get given your pie, and they basically tell you a little bit about themselves. The trio were farmers, and they, kind of really got sick of their very quiet life, and really, really wanted to follow in your footsteps. Ever since Carrion Hill, they are more than happy to help you throughout the town and can feed you any kind of information you want to. When making a diplomacy check in town regarding any information, if you speak to these guys, you will have a +5 bonus on the check.
Yes.
After they've sort of given you some food and all that sort of stuff, you get given the keys to your 3 rooms, and they sort of bid you farewell because they've obviously got their houses to go to.
Yeah. Once we have the room key,
You
we can go...
do turn around, and you do notice that Gabe and Aaron are missing.
Oh.
They're not there. They're just.
Damn it.
You know that they are staying in the room, so there is probably, they are probably there somewhere.
Let's go bust all the doors.
Yes.
No, let's just
I
go
have the
to
lock.
our room.
Oh.
Drop stuff off.
Yeah, I'll go to a room. What time of the day is it?
It is mid-afternoon.
Oh, it's still early.
I go to my room.
You still have time to talk to to go explore one more thing.
Oh. The general store guy said he wouldn't be back until night, right?
Yeah.
No, just about an hour or so.
Oh. Well, then let's go there.
Yeah, let's check the town out. We can go to the general store. I see nothing else to do.
Can I
Okay.
just go to my room and clean myself off?
I could.
You have a
Yep.
bath?
Well, it's like I just cast prestidigitation on her.
Wait, what?
You're
What is
clean all of a
that?
sudden.
What?
What is
I
that?
cast prestidigitation on you. It's a cleanup spell basically. It does a
Okay.
couple useful things.
Indeed. Prestidigitation allows you to clean.
Hooray!
Look at you, Sora. Very womanlike, very ladylike.
Squeaky clean.
Except for your sword. It's very not.
I don't have a
She has
sword.
claws.
Claws, I mean.
My claw, yes, covered in the blood of my enemies, or the blood of that
Mwah.
wasp.
She never
He
cleans
never
it, just
cleans the
cakes
sword,
in. Just
Just
cakes in. All right.
caked in
So,
the
okay. So moving on from there, after getting clean, you begin to make your way towards the general store. When suddenly you hear the sounds of a screech coming from, a shriek coming from up ahead. You can see that there is a very large wagon being unloaded by a whole bunch of those bandits that you were basically dealing with earlier on. This is near the butcher, but you notice that one of the ropes have given way. The barrel that is being held back by the rope begins to roll down the streets and heads straight for the group of children that are playing there.
Oh shit! How? What is my reaction time here? How far away?
You have 12 seconds to react.
Can I get there in time?
You can get there in time, but you'll need to dive in that last moment.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Actually,
you all can do something if you guys wanted to.
So you're going towards the
I'm
barrel.
running straight to catch it.
I'm going to attempt to help catch the barrel.
Okay. Sorora?
Okay. Can I cast a spell?
Yes.
Is it possible I could use Spectral Hand?
The barrel's a bit big for that.
Okay.
For Spectral
What
Hand.
about to push a kid out of the way? At least one.
Yeah, that'd be viable. I could say that.
Which one?
What?
Which
one's your
kid?
favorite?
Which kid do you choose to save?
Are they the same kids as before?
Yep. So there's the mayor's child and then the 2 others.
Well, obviously the mayor's child.
I'm gonna cast. As I get in front of the barrel, I'm gonna cast Enlarge Person on myself.
Oh.
It will slow you down and you won't make it in time.
Then I won't.
All right. So as you rush for this massive barrel, Sorora basically pulls out a dagger, I guess. Do you have a dagger?
I have no dagger.
Oh, that's okay.
You always
She uses
carry
the
a
blades
knife.
on her cestus and slices off her arm. And as she does so, she basically begins to chant, and it becomes this ghostly hand, which then flies out towards the children, grabs hold of the girl by sort of the scruff of her collar and pulls her out of the way. Meanwhile, Darby and Khalil rush forward and both make me reflex saves.
It's my worst. Oh, well. 19 for Cleo.
Darby got
Okay.
a 20.
All right, the both of you manage to jump in the way just in time. As you do so, you have a choice now. Either A, you could take a bunch of damage as it collides with you in order to stop it, or B, you could try to destroy the barrel.
I would like to try to destroy the barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, make a strength check.
Could I possibly try to use a bomb?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would that just be an attack or still a strength check?
Just do the damage of the bomb then.
Okay.
Khalil?
I'll exclude me and Khalil.
Oh, he's using
since
a
I can
bomb?
do the
I
precise
can't.
bomb.
I guess I can't do anything else.
No, yeah, you can. What's your strength check?
My strength check was 7.
Oh, you do not break it.
I do 15 fire damage.
Damn.
All right. However, the fire damage certainly does. As the barrel comes careening towards you, you basically slam to stop it, but it's still heavy and it's kind of rolling on you. You throw the glass onto it. It catches fire. So now there's this flaming barrel spinning towards you. But thankfully, you dealt enough damage that the explosion from the initial impact cracked it open, and you watch as basically these like this guts and blood and innards like just pour down over you guys
Oh,
as
Gross.
as you are just now covered. But the children are safe and unharmed.
Where did that barrel come from?
It came from the cart that belonged to the bandits.
That belonged to the bandits?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and
Correct.
ask the children if they're okay.
Children are like stunned. They're shocked. They just sort of sit there like nodding, and then they sort of like run out of the street as quickly as they
I'm
can.
gonna go to the person who's nearest to the cart and yell at them.
I'm gonna assist them.
You find that the person nearest to the cart appears to be a goblin, but not just any kind of goblin, a hobgoblin.
Donovan.
So this guy is actually the size of a normal human with gray skin, pointed ears, sharp fangs, and pitch black eyes. He wears the same kind of armored uniform as all the other members of the cart, and he seems to be storming up to you at the same time as you are storming up to him.
I'll throw in some curse words that are in Infernal.
Do it.
He throws some curse words in Hobgoblin. As he walks up, by the way, the Hobgoblins in my world are Australian, so have fun with this. He looks at you and he goes, "Oi, mate. What do you reckon you're doing? Eh?"
I'm saving children that you put in danger with your negligence. You should watch your barrels full of...
Oh, negligence, eh?
Yeah.
Those are some big words.
I'm assuming most
How about
words are
you?
too big for you,
Destruction of
Hobgoblin.
property is also another big word, mate.
It's multiple words.
That is.
So I wouldn't say it's a very big word.
Oi, who are you?
Hi.
Are you like Miss? Are you Mr. I know all things about words, eh?
Well, I know a few words more so than you. My name is Khalil, and you must be Donovan, I'm guessing.
That's right, my name's Donovan. Donovan don't like it when someone breaks Donovan's stuff.
Well, Khalil doesn't like it when Donovan tries to hurt innocent kids because he doesn't know how to tie a barrel, apparently. Is that too complicated for you, Donovan?
He sort of steps up to you, and he puts a finger on your chest, and he sort of says, "Say that again."
Obviously, you don't know how
No,
to
no, no,
tell.
no, 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 no. Not like some sort of weird, whiny little pussycat.
That's the only way I know how to talk.
You lean in, and you whisper that shit in my ear.
Hi, how are you?
And with that, as soon as you sort of lean in, you feel this fist made of like iron collide with your head. You can choose to roll initiative, but that's all he's going for at the moment. It is up to you whether or not you want to go into initiative on that.
Are there any young people around, like children?
Oh yeah, well the 3 children you've saved are still around.
Well, I'm not gonna fight him in front of the kids.
Alright, you take 8 points of damage.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
As he... Pwam! He sort of straightens himself up. Sort of has bits of like guts and stuff on his hand. He sort of shakes it off. Spits on the ground. Now listen here. We'll overlook this barrel incident. But you stay the hell out of our way. Yeah, I know who you are. And I know you roughed up some of our boys. You try that stuff again. And this mayor, this friendly fat bastard, won't help you. Alright? We're not part of this town. We're here for money. And whether or not we pick it up from the corpse of that white deer, or we pick it up from your corpse, that's entirely up to you. And he turns around and he goes back up the barrel and he says, Oi! Another bag of entrails! Get him up there!
Why the fuck do they want entrails?
It's a hunting thing, I'm sure. Well, that hurt, Darby.
It looked like it did.
It's kinda...
I would like everyone in the group to gain a hero point.
Hooray!
Well done for not escalating and also saving the children. Which, of course, comes in the thanks of the mayor, who rushes over to his child and begins to hug her and sort of say, "Oh my God, are you okay? Oh, it was. Oh, thank you so much. I saw everything happening, but it was all like it was in slow motion, and I don't know what I would have done if something bad had happened.
Why do you allow
thank all
such
the gods you were
people-
here."
Why do you allow such people to participate in this?
Well, it's how we survive. The money that comes through the town is quite scarce. We do not make much. It comes down to their patronage and the patronage of people like you who keep us, through the long winters.
Have I noticed any kind of like security?
Keeping
or
in mind,
police force?
keeping in mind, by the way, that the barrel falling out was actually more of an accident than it was them trying to kill the people.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
town,
No,
you know
we
what I mean?
got.
Like,
We didn't
yeah.
think that they were
Yeah.
intentionally trying to do it, but did I notice any kind of like guards or some kind of like police force in town?
You do not, and you do recall that earlier on that the mayor mentioned that they didn't have really a guard, but more of a militia.
Right.
The militia, of course, for those of you playing at home, is people who are trained to fight in the time of emergency, but who aren't any kind of official authority. So they don't really go around arresting people or anything like that. It's just simply, in the event that we need to defend the town, you are capable of picking up a weapon and helping.
Yes. Okay.
All right, we've got it. We've got that time again. So another number between 1 and 51, please. Zergling, feel free. Again, 54 is not a number between 1 and 51. So you'll have to pick another one.
Just do 51 plus 3, right?
Oh yeah, so we'll have 2 things. 54. Well done. Thank you, Shane. Okay. So yes, Darby.
I think we need to keep an eye out on those fellows that might cause trouble.
I imagine during the hunts we're going to run into a lot of issues. But yes, we definitely should keep an eye out on them.
Okay.
Like, do we see like how large of a company they are at all?
Oh yeah, you can see about 12 to 15 muscular individuals of mixed races here. And you can also see, you can also recall that the guys that you saw aren't there. Like, you know, so there's clearly more of them than these guys.
That's quite
Also, congratulations, Zergling, on your level up. You've ranked up to newbie level 2. I don't know what that means. Does that mean a thing?
That means you get a free. Michael will ship you a free set of dice from Australia.
No.
You know what? All I can think of is I can absolutely do that, and then all I'll do is I'll have like a D20 and a D4 with like the D4 blushing and like sort of like all these flowers in the background.
Okay, he's doing that, Zergling. There you go, man.
So like, yeah, it's like a, you know, because for those of you at home playing, shipping in Japan is completely different to what Zach's talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Did no one get that?
Yes,
Yes.
I got it
Got
after
it.
you explained
Took me
it.
a
Oh,
while, yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad.
This is a horror
all
show,
right.
not a comedy show. We accept it. It's okay.
It's a rom.
Okay, good. I'm just checking. I mean, you guys did take ages on that riddle. Okay,
one?
so moving right along. Actually, yeah, moving right along, you head and you find yourself back at the general store. So as you arrive, you hear the ding of the doorbell, and you hear the sounds of the gnome sort of coming up. It's like, oh, it's you. Oh, I'm so glad to see that you finally came. I have so much stuff on offer today. Thank you again for helping us out. I've got White Stag coasters, White Stag placemats, clocks, watches, statues, action figures. So if you actually press it, it like makes a dying elk sound. See? I've also got a little clockwork statue. It plays music, which is always a big fan for a lot of the children as well. See, listen, he sort of takes it and he winds it up very slowly, and he then starts to play it, which sounds like this. Hey, that is absolutely not right.
Is that what the stag plays?
He winds up a door. It's like.
Yeah, it's like heavy metal. And as you watch, you can see that the stag sort of spins. And as it spins, you can see these little hammers on the inside that seem to be hitting the ribs.
How much for the music?
The music box is normally 1,000 gold, but for you, I will do you a solid favor and let's just say 10 gold.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Oh, okay, yeah. He puts it in a little box. It's now in its own little special container. And he hands it to you. Now, your music box actually does have a very special ability. Any animal listening to the music box needs to make a will save, DC 12, or falls asleep for 1 round.
Cool. Wow, awesome.
This ability only works on any one animal once per day.
Okay.
Could it work on the stag?
No, that stag's probably a magical beast.
Okay.
So it only works on animals.
I don't think the stag really is here.
She says, I can also give you some other materials as well if you need anything for the hunt. I've got some traps, I've got some baits, I've got some lures. I recently came into a large supply of musk, which is urine.
We'll take all of that.
Honestly, yeah, if you
Okay.
would give us a grab bag of some helpful items, that would be outstanding.
Okay, well, 400 gold and I'll give you 1 grab bag each.
All right.
All right, in your grab bag, you contain the following. What?
Nothing, go ahead.
Wait,
You-
are you guys
okay.
okay to buy the grab bag?
Yeah,
400 gold total.
yeah, total. So
Total.
Each.
Not per grab bag.
Oh, okay.
It's 400 total.
Okay.
Right.
So, going through it, we have bear trap, Times 1.
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
You have scent blocker.
A what?
Scent blocker.
Sense blocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have musk. You have allure.
How does this lure look? Like what kind of?
The lure basically looks like a dummy piece of grass with a wire attached to it.
Okay.
The wire is then attached to a spring.
Okay.
You also have what appears to be a compass.
Oh my god. Ruined.
A 50
Now
foot
I have two
length of rope.
compasses. Wait, what
Sorry,
was
what was
the last
that?
one?
50-foot rope.
50-foot length of rope. A small shovel. A pair of pliers. And trail rations. I think maybe the plural for compass is kampai,
Yeah.
but I also feel like that's also a way to cheers Japanese businessmen.
Come by.
Kampai! No. It's a terrible joke. And some days I remember that we're recording these. They're there forever.
Isn't John supposed to be uploading these?
Mm.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
He'll see it.
So minus 400. So each of us would minus.
We could do it. What?
Well, look, I'll tell you what. Each of you minus 100 will also include Geralt in that as well, and he can have 100.
Oh.
Okay.
He can pay 100 when you find him alive or dead.
Oh my god. Do you have any potions or anything like that as well, sir?
Yeah, no, I've got plenty of potions. You can buy potions for the standard cost in the, for minus 10%.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a few moderates.
How much are those?
How much are moderates?
Let's see. Moderates are, I don't know. Either way, do your own shopping. I'm not shopping for you. He does also offer you some candy. He says, I have special candy. It's actually imported from my brother in Magnamar, and they do pack a bit of a punch. Behold, desiccated water droplets.
Okay, how much are those?
Well, this is 4 silver for per gumball.
I'll try one.
Okay, he hands you one.
I'll eat it.
What does that do?
All right, as soon as you put it in your mouth, right?
Oh.
The tiniest drop of moisture from your saliva suddenly creates a torrent of water that bursts from your mouth as about 20 gallons of water, of fresh, clean drinking water, just pours out onto the floor.
Oh my.
It almost feels like you're drowning, but at the same time you're not. You sort of manage to hold your breath. And then a couple of minutes, a couple of rounds later, it just stops and the floor is like covered in water.
That was very impressive, Jarvie. When did you learn that?
I didn't.
Oh, was that,
Just his face. I don't know what happened. I just wanted some candy. I hate this world. Nothing tastes good.
how many of those bottles do you have?
He sort of pulls up a little jar.
And they're 5 silver each?
Mm.
I'll take all of them.
We'll never be
Okay, that'll be-
thirsty ever again.
Okay, that'll be 100 gold.
Never mind. I will take half of them.
That'll be 50 gold.
Okay.
How many are in there?
How many?
1,000. Oh, sorry, there are 2,000 in there.
Okay.
So you have 1,000.
I'm gonna take 100's worth.
Okay, so that's 5 gold.
Okay.
Sorry, is it 5 gold? No, that's not right. 50 gold. No, wait, no, sorry, I got my maths wrong. It's 5 silver for one. So 1 gold for 2. Which means for 100, you would need 50 gold.
150 gold. I thought it was 100 for 1,000.
If I give
No, I know, I got that wrong.
Okay.
If I give you
Because apparently I can't math.
if I give you the one of my pie, can I have a free gumball of water?
Well, I've got other candies as well if you want to try them.
Wait, there's
Yes.
more than just the water? Wait.
I'll get, Darby will get 3 potions of cure light wounds.
Sure. He reaches back into his candy drawer and he
have
pulls
Cure
out
Light
he pulls out what appears to be a heart-shaped candy, and she says, "This is lover's candy, right? You eat it, and you can feel the emotions of the person who eats the other one.
Interesting.
Now, whatever you do not share,
What?
because technically this is not candy; it's more of a mollusk."
An animal?
It's just yeah. So these things here. So I'll show you. I'll tell you what I mean. So let's say that you eat this one, and that you eat this one. You would be able to feel how they feel for a period of time until it, goes through your body, right?
All right.
And if you got pinched, then she would feel pinched, and if you were on fire, then she would feel fire, and vice versa, and that's how it works.
Interesting.
It's like a Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, it'd be very good for sex.
Oh, I'm sure you would know. How much for the lovers' candies?
Why are you
1
buying
gold
every-
for a pair.
1 gold for a pair. Do you have any other candies on top of that?
Of course I do. Here is my hangover Twizzler. Now, when you are drunk and you are, a little bit off your rocker, you can chew on this, and it basically eliminates hangovers by absorbing the alcohol from your blood.
Gerald
How much
needs
for that? Definitely for my...
All right,
I mean,
this
I
one
can
is
use
100
something
gold
similar.
pieces, but be careful because it technically also leaches out some blood with it. So make sure you use it in little bits. So you chew on it, and it basically pumps it out.
Since Geralt is not here, I say we buy this for him.
I can make something pretty similar to that
Can you?
without him having to lose blood.
But
It
it's a
doesn't work.
Twizzler.
It's not candy.
It also tastes like strawberries.
Mine tastes like
It's strawberries.
shit.
I mean, well, shit.
I will take...
All right, and here's the last one. These ones are probably my most popular, and it is ever-changing color Skittles. So what you do is, well, I'll actually show you. He sort of takes a green one. Nope. He turns green.
Where do you make these candies?
Why do you?
My brother does. My brother is very talented. He also has sodas, whatever they are. They're like these little bottles.
How much are the colored skin changing ones?
A bag of 100 assorted colors, which will contain, let's say it'll contain like 20 or 30 different changes. 30, let's say, no, 50. We'll go 50. Solid 50. Will cost you 70 gold.
Try to do it.
70 gold.
Do you find a use for it?
So, could it kind of like chameleon me into like a background of something?
If you had multiple ones and it suited the color, yeah, absolutely.
Does it change your clothes as well, or just your skin? Ooh.
You see his clothes have changed.
You
Yes, I want that.
You could turn black too, and like
Does,
blend with the shadow.
Does your brother live here too, or does he ship him into you?
No, he lives in Magnamar. He lives over on the coast.
Mm.
Okay, 70 you said?
Does he have like a factory?
Yeah. 70 gold.
I would love to see how these are made.
How is Charlie?
Charlie actually went bankrupt. My brother bought the building from him. He now lives in a tiny hut in the middle of the city somewhere. Hole in the roof, 4 grandparents around a bed. He's a grown-ass man.
Poor Charlie. I would love to
Things
buy.
did not go
I bought
ruining
them.
people's childhood.
I would love to buy 10 of
He
your
also
lovers'
says,
candies.
I've got one more.
Oh, you.
For 300 gold, I have these. Now this is very dangerous, and I don't recommend this for the faint of heart. This is a bag of infinite sweet death.
Excuse me?
Okay, so watch this. He puts a drop in his mouth, and you see his body sort of start withering. Oh no! And she eats another one, and then his body starts to get younger. That was lucky. Well, basically the way this works is this box contains about 20 candies. One candy will wither you and age you, and the other candy will replenish and vitalize you. It won't kill you, but it basically makes you feel as though you're about to die.
That's amazing.
And then you're old forever?
Until you
No.
get one
You're not old. You're just kind of you're
tired.
dried up.
Ugh.
What do you think, Darby?
Um,
You're the alchemist here.
I mean, I'm interested in how it's made, but I have no use for that.
Also, we also sell
Oh my god.
1 kilo of sherbet.
Sherbet?
We don't need
Yeah,
shit.
it's just regular sherbet.
I would love to buy
It's delicious.
I would love to buy 100 of the water capsules and 10 of the lovers candies.
Done.
And then I'm buying the box of 50 color-changing gumballs.
Done.
I'm not buying anything.
All right. He charges you for all of the stuff
Oh, I bought the 3
And,
potions, but I marked that down.
and the
already.
3 potions and all the things that you want. He sells to you, and he thanks you for your patronage, and sort of smiles happily, counting all his big piles of gold.
No problem, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Bye.
Very well. All right, you leave. As you leave, Khalil, sort of opens up his little music box, and it's just sort of to have a listen to the stag music box that he had. It starts playing for like 2 seconds before it breaks.
LOL.
What? I'm gonna go back and get my money.
You turn around and you see that the sign on the door says closed.
Can I investigate to see how it's broken?
Yeah, the little tiny hammer that hits the things is broken, like it's just snapped. So there's a little tiny short jagged thing just hitting nothing.
It's not making any music?
Well, I guess you
By the way,
assumed that...
this particular bit of go stuff yourself actually comes from Zergling with the plot twist broken.
Thank you, Zergling.
Maybe we shouldn't have been so hard on those 2 guys. Seems like that guy actually does swindle people.
I don't know. I'll fix it eventually. I'm sure it's fine.
You could definitely try and fix it. You can make a craft check to try and repair it.
Okay.
But for now, it's broken. So thank you, Zergling.
All right.
Khalil is the unluckiest person.
Is there like a big party going on to...
To celebrate?
To celebrate.
There will be one that evening. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Sweet.
And the festival's tomorrow?
You could go up the hill and investigate the baker and there's the stables up there as well, because you will need horses to go and travel through the woods to try and find
Oh yeah,
the Stag's
need a
Trail.
horse. I have horse.
Did me and Dobby
I
have a
need a
horse?
horse.
We need to get a Sora a horse.
All right, so you're heading up the hill.
Yeah.
Do I have to ride a
All right.
horse? Could I ride another animal that's trained?
Like
He
a
said
dog.
So you
Wow.
can go see what's there.
Yes.
Let's
All
go
right,
there.
As you begin to make your way up the hill towards where the mill is, again the smell of the bakehouse is just overpowering, and this time you can actually smell meat pies sort of cooking up. They just smell absolutely divine, like the gravy stock and the aroma that's flooding this area is just
Wonder if it's
mouth-watering.
cat.
But that is not your destination. You head past the stables and find your way towards what appears to be a stable filled with horses and various ponies and goats and some other mounts here and there. To boot, you see that there is this elderly man, sort of very rickety, holding this wobbling cane. He sees you approach and he says, "You dang canes! Get off my lawn!"
Sir! Speak loud, speak loud.
Hello! How are you? We are not children. I promise. You must be the baker.
You must be children! You're so tiny!
The mountain place.
Yes. No, I'm not that. Can I get closer to him? I'm pretty.
You can.
I'm pretty tall, actually, and so are my companions.
You're pretty small! That's what I said!
No,
I
tall.
said you're pretty small!
Tall.
You're small
Tall.
for adults! You're not possibly adults! You can't understand you, small child! Where are your parents?
Uh,
Does anyone own this small, helpless child? Did anyone find...
Yes.
Who is this? You... Hey! I see you there! He's sort of talking to a goat. The goat is eating a can. Hey! Put that out of your mouth! You don't know what that's been!
Can we, like, go right up to him?
Alright, you walk up to him. He goes, "Oh shit, you got big!"
yes. How are you today, sir?
What? No, we don't sell ewes here today.
How are you doing today, sir?
No, look, we've got men goats. We don't keep ewes. Ewes are sheep, son.
Do you
Don't
have
keep sheep down here. What?
Do you have a horse for our friend here?
Do I have a horse for your friend? Yeah, I've got a horse. I got so many horses. Wait 1 second. Let me just put in my peepers. Oh yeah, you're definitely our children. That's for sure. Well yeah. If you're looking for a horse, I could get you a horse.
Do you want a horse?
I'm gonna stop doing that because it's
a
hurting my head.
horse.
He says, he sort of points towards the stables, and you can see a large variety of various horses, Clydesdales, Draught Chargers, a whole bunch of different ones, but one stands out in particular. And that is a very familiar horse that
No.
looks covered in mud, like it had been in some sort of landslide of some variety. It sort of sees Sorora and sort of walks up to the fence.
Is that Thunder? Thunder?
No.
No, that's Geralt's horse.
It's
Oh,
Geralt's
okay.
horse.
It's my horse?
No, it's Geralt's.
Yeah. No, it's Sorora's horse.
Oh, it is Sorora's horse. Oh. Does presentation work on animals as well?
Yep. Alright, it's clean. It sort of looks at Sorora, it sort of puts its head over the stable rail.
Baby! No! Can I... Oh, I don't want to pay for my horse.
What?
This is my...
You say it's your
Sir,
horse.
This is my horse.
This is your horse. Well, I don't know about that. We had a dirty one that came in. We rescued it, you see. Large storm happened in. Spooked all the horses. We brought it inside and we fed it. We were giving it waiting to see if someone came to own it.
but I can't seem to see the damn thing anywhere.
I cleaned it up, sir. It's this horse right
What?
here. I cleaned it.
Oh, did you?
Yes. I have.
Well, that's nice. He sort of reaches into his pocket and gets a toffee, and he sort of puts it in your hand. He says, "There you go. You're a good boy. You treat your mother so well."
I've never met her, but thank you.
No, I wouldn't like any lasagna.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Can we please take this horse and be on our way, sir?
What?
Sir, I'm taking my horse back.
You're taking your horses back. Well, why didn't you take the whole thing? I mean, it's if you're gonna kill it, I'll buy it from you.
No,
You don't
no,
need to.
no.
You don't need to slaughter it. This beautiful animal is so loyal. Do you know it came here and all it did all day was look around the yard trying to see if it could find someone.
Oh. No, I'm not.
You definitely don't want to kill that one. Not like that other bastard we found from the freaking storm. Ah, that's a mean beast, that one.
Can we see that horse?
Yes. Can we please see the other horse you were talking about, sir?
Right? Oh, I don't know. Well, okay. You know what? I'll take you to him.
Can I be like,
he sort of...
like taking my horse out of the stable while they go over there?
Oh, well, yeah, your horse is safe for the time being.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna give you your horse. He's gonna... he sort of goes over to a fence that's off on its own, and there's like this tiny little hut in the middle of this, and he sort of goes up to you guys and he sort of gives you guys like what appears to be a helmet, and then some padded armor.
Sir, is this for the horse?
What? No, this is for you.
Okay.
We don't put helmets on horses, son. That's just stupid. He then like gets like this really long stick, and then he undoes a latch in the center of the hut, and nothing seems to happen. It's just he sort of pokes the hut. You hear this ding, 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 ding. Again, nothing seems to happen. Well, you want to see it? It's in there.
I'll open the door.
You sort of open the gate to the yard, and he closes it behind you, and
Hello?
good luck. You sort of, in front of you is the flat yard with the hut in the middle. You sort of walk up to it very cautiously. Hello? You know, just no response yet. You need to make your way around in order to get yourself into the front entrance.
You're gonna get murdered
I'm
by
gonna
a
walk
horse.
around. Hello, Thunder.
You don't know if it's thunder.
I'm guessing Thunder.
Still no answer.
I'll just walk around.
Say it drunk.
Wait.
Thunder.
You need to fix the music box.
It's too late.
It's too late.
We're done. All right, you walk around the corner and you come into view. You see an immense black Dort charger that is just muscle on muscle on muscle on muscle. It looks down at you, and oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that I had moved my camera to because I had the old man hands. Where were we at? Yeah, so you recognize this charger. It recognizes you. And all of a sudden you feel this huge and heavy... Holy crap. Hang on. Alright, that is a 26 to confirm a critical hit.
Yeah.
You just got murdered.
Okay.
Down he
Right,
goes.
you take 20 points of damage.
I'm now cold.
He's out! Because he took 8 earlier.
As well, hold on. -5 because you're wearing the pads.
Okay, so that's 15. I'm still out.
He took 8 earlier.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot you didn't heal that.
I-
Alright. As this horse basically plants these 2 massive hoof prints on your chest, you go flying backwards. It just completely launches you across the yard. So for the rest of you, all you really see is basically, you know,
horse critted me.
I'm gonna run out and grab Khalil.
All right,
my God.
you pull over the thing and you rush out, and as you do, this very slow but almost like a heavy, as the horse steps out of the gate and looks at Darby. All right, let's roll initiative.
We're fighting the horse. I wish Geralt was here. This is the kind of moments where, like, at the end of it, Geralt shows up and, like...
20.
20?
Should I
Okay.
roll? I guess I'll roll even though I'm out. Khalil rolled a 10.
You're unconscious.
Yep.
I can give
12.
it that at some point.
12. All right, and the horse rolls a 15. Plus 4 is 19.
Jesus.
So he goes after Darby. So Darby, you're up first as the horse quite clearly sees you.
How close am I to Khalil?
You're 30 foot away,
All right.
and you're basically between. So 30 foot from you to Khalil, 30 foot from you to the fence.
I will run to Khalil and administer a minor healing potion.
Ooh.
Ha! Throwing a healing potion down his throat, Khalil feels the warm comfort of the sipping cure spell.
What do you... Yeah.
What do we add for that?
Oh. By the way, greetings and salutations to my right eye occasionally, which is an awesome name. The horse is what we call a Dort Charger. A Dort Charger is a war horse specifically designed for doing battle with things. Lots of cuts, lots of bruises, lots of scarring. A long time ago, the group were given horses to travel, and one of the players drew the short straw and got Thunder. Thunder is literally like the Terry Crews of horses, and it hates everyone and everything.
Terry
So
Crews is
yeah,
so nice.
while it's
Yeah.
this is its version of this is its version of affection, in a way.
Yes, this is Geralt's horse.
This is definitely Geralt.
And yes, this is Geralt's horse. All right, so Darby,
How much do
You
we
pull-
add to the regular healing potions? Is it just the straight D8?
if it's cure light, then 1.
Oh, you heal 5.
Oh, I more meant Terry Crews muscle size wise. You know,
Yeah.
like this thing looked like, okay. So you know how like horses sound, right?
Yeah.
It's like no. You hear this horse and it's like no.
It's like voiced by Vin Diesel.
Yeah, no, yeah, like it like you
Wait,
know, just like
2d4 plus, like, 2 for light healing.
Isn't it just a D8?
No. It's 2d4
Yeah.
and then 2d8 is the next one up.
oh. Okay, to be clear, this is not a comment on Terry Crews. I love Terry Crews. Terry Crews is a giant marshmallow. I'm just purely talking about muscle mass here, and he is the biggest guy I know. Okay. Oh, that's savage. Okay. All right. So with the healing underway, we then go to the horse. The horse sees Darby. The horse sees Khalil. The horse recognizes Darby. The horse rushes over to Darby.
All right.
Roll a percentage for me.
Oh, you're right. It is 1d8 plus 1.
That would be an 80.
That's literally on the damn nose. All of a sudden, as the charger ducks its head down, it cracks its neck and begins to charge towards Darby, ready to sort of trample him. You hear the sounds of another horse neighing and leaping over the barricade. All of a sudden, you see this really sickly old horse with wobbly knees,
Horse!
like with
It's
with
horse!
hair that's falling out, skin that's all patchy and bloated, and it sort of stands there. It's like lower jaw, like it's the teeth on its lower teeth are like rotten and yellow. It sort of sits there shaking, almost barely able to stand up, and the charger basically stops just before it, and then just starts to like huff at it, and you know Darby's horse just like flying over it.
Good.
The charger's sort of like taps his foot, like just demanding, to get out of the way. But horse is just swaying and sliding.
Oh, Pat horse.
The charger moves around to try and get in the way, and then you see another horse leap over the barricade. This one is like a show pony. It's a big, white, glamorous hair, and it sort of like puffs out its chest, and it sort of does the show pony trot, like the,
Oh, like a Disney
Right,
horse.
yeah.
like a Disney horse. And the charger's like really angry, and it sort of kicks up and like threatens to sort of smack them.
No, not Khalil.
It doesn't though. Did you name your horse Khalil?
Khalil, yes. The second.
Somehow that's worse than horse.
The charger then ducks back and ducks around to the last open area, and then a third horse leaps out. And this horse is, of course, a very beautiful red-skinned horse with a black mane, the one that is freshly cleaned.
Hello, Edgar.
And it,
Nice.
and it stands there, and the charger sort of huffs before turning away and returning to the hut. Sorora, what do you wish to do?
Do I still have that pie from earlier?
You do.
Can I, like, approach the angry, moody horse? I'll give some of the pie to the 3 horses, and then I'll kind of, like, slide the rest over to the, like, insane horse.
All right, so you pass over the pies to the horses, and you start distributing them.
Good horse.
And as you sort of make your way to the nastier of the horses, you see Thunder is there. Now Thunder's muscles actually feel like they're straining the shed. And he sort of sees you coming, and he sort of looks angry. And you hear sort of in the background somewhere, "Well, they're all dead." Yep. Poor kids. I told them. Didn't listen to me. Nope. No one listens to old man Whitaker. Don't know why my parents named me Old Man, but it was a rough childhood. Lots of people made fun of me. But who's laughing now? Alright.
Okay.
Do you guys need a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Shane just says, "Well, I found the name of my firstborn."
I once worked with a
Alright.
guy who named his kid Sir.
Nice.
Oh, God.
That's me. Okay, so, yeah, you bring the pie over to Thunder. Roll a handle animal check if you have handle animal.
Oh, I don't think I do.
You might. You're a druid.
Skills. She's an oracle.
Oh. Is that a subclass of druid, or is it its own?
I think it's a whole other class.
Oh. Ooh, never mind. You're not a druid.
But you guys think she's a druid.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually do have handle animal.
It makes sense.
That's
So
cool.
you're
Yeah, I have-
apparently still a druid.
Mm-hmm. It's +4.
Make the roll.
20.
Oh, damn. Jesus. Natural 20?
Thunder takes the pie from you and begins to lick your hands.
Hooray! I'll like pet him.
He sort of, he literally leans his back down so he actually sits, and then bends and stoops his head over so you can pat him better.
Holy shit. No.
Good.
We should leave.
Does he have
looks-
reins on him?
He does. It looks like Geralt's reign, so they kind of smell like whiskey. He looks like he's very sad.
Does he miss Geralt? Or wait!
Well, she's got him distracted. We should get out of this.
Whoa! I have a question.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Can I raise dead on Geralt?
I have I have comprehend language.
That doesn't let you speak to animals.
It doesn't.
No, you'll need. There's a separate spell called Speak with Animal, but gnomes can
Crap.
do it for free.
So,
Do you think
while
he just
she's got him
misses?
distracted, we're gonna
Yep.
leave the pin area.
Zach,
Yes.
Stop scratching your mic. Sorry, Darby, go on.
No, I'm just saying, while she's got Thunder distracted, we're gonna leave the...
What if she
den.
dies?
Do you think he's just sad because, like, he misses Geralt?
Yeah, but what are we gonna do about that?
I don't know. Is that the reason, or is he, like,
Yes.
in pain or something?
Yep. No. You can kind of tell that he kind of misses Geralt.
Oh.
Oh.
Does
He's
anyone
got-
He'd
know
never
how-
tell anyone.
He's got a
That's kind of
broken
why
horse heart.
he was kind of angry when he saw you guys in particular, because yeah, Khalil's still dying. No, he got fed a healing potion, so he's okay.
Yeah.
But no, it's because you guys came and you weren't Geralt, and then Geralt wasn't with you, so he's like super angry.
Oh. Does he know human English language?
I doubt it.
You kind of get the impression that they all understand to a degree. Like, they're not sentient, they can't like be like
Right.
have a conversation. But,
I'll
you
just
know,
be like, it's okay. He'll meet up with us later. Like, I kind of tell him that.
he sort at this point he sort of goes down on all fours and just sort of puts his head in his hands, or on his hoofs, you know, like.
Oh. Should we take him?
I think we
No.
should leave him here
We'll leave him here.
until we find Geralt.
As soon as they speak, it sort of turns like very violently towards them and.
How about this? We leave mine at the shelter and I'll take him.
Are you gonna ride Thunder?
Yes.
I love how the looks just say everything. It's like, oh good, oh good. I'm
so
so glad
bad.
Thunder's coming with
But
us.
aren't you gonna feel bad leaving your horse?
No, he's fine.
Your horse will be sad and jealous. It'll be like, I survived a landslide. My master's alive. I'm so happy. She's going off with another horse.
Edgar, you
Savage.
have to understand.
It's not you, it's me.
I'm trying to take care of this damaged horse.
Thunder is okay. Thunder is fine. Thunder is everything. As soon as Geralt comes back, you're fairly sure that Thunder will bounce back.
Yes.
He literally nearly killed Khalil just then. He is not a broken horse. He is a strong as shit horse.
Okay. Alright, then I'll pat him
They-
and go to get Edgar.
You know, all those Chuck Norris jokes, they're all about Thunder. You know, so when Thunder, you know, Thunder doesn't do push-ups, he just keeps pushing Galarian down.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Buff.
Once Thunder was bitten by a rattlesnake, and after 7 excruciating days, the snake died.
Oh, Thunder. He almost...
Mm.
I get hit for 20 points from a horse.
That was a pretty hefty hit.
He threw,
I gotta admit.
He threw me like 30 feet back.
I warned you.
Thunder was never a pleasant horse, but still, I digress. You now have yourself your horse. Old man Whitaker sort of sits there and says, "Well, do you want to take the dead one with you?"
Excuse me?
Oh, Jesus! Oh, you're still alive! I could have sworn I heard a dead, limp body hit the ground.
Yes, I'm fine.
Ooh, buddy! Well,
You should see the other guy, am I right?
yeah, I see him. He's over there glaring at you. Oh, here he comes!
Oh, here he comes.
We'll leave.
Okay.
Thank you, old man.
Goodbye, old man.
Oh, well, goodbye. It was nice meeting you. I'll look care of your horses real good up until you come back now, you hear?
Thank you.
We're leaving them there.
No, we're taking
No,
them.
we're not gonna take them to their room.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna leave them at the stables.
Alright. Goodbye, horse.
Good night, old man. Old Whitaker.
Oh, man, Whitaker!
Good night.
Oh, it's the middle of the afternoon.
Oh.
It's like 3 o'clock.
It's dark.
Look, I may be an old man, but what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that an old man needs to go to bed before the sun goes down? Like some sort of early bird special? Just because that is actually what I do does not mean you can label me.
Have a good afternoon.
Don't tell me what to do.
I walk away.
he says, okay.
It's secretly the gremlin.
Oh my god, that gremlin ticket. I would be so upset.
Okay, so to clarify, last week Khalil was completely and utterly harassed by a creature known as a gremlin. It literally had an aura of bad luck, so he had to roll all of his dice twice and take the lowest, and it would just sit there and insult Khalil, and every time he tried to do something, bad luck happened. He tried to draw his sword, but his sword was replaced with a mimic, so the mimic started eating him, so he was fighting his sword. All the while, this little gremlin was just insulting him and making fun of him, and yeah. His middle name is Man. I did think about that. First name Old, last name Man with 2 A's, and then Whitaker is as it's spelt, as it sounds.
Old man.
My second least favorite character.
But the old man.
And then the gremlin, number 1.
What about
Oh, okay.
Thunder? He just like killed you.
I have respect for Thunder.
Okay.
Okay, so leaving Old Man Whitaker's, you begin to make your way to the inn, preparing for the
Do
evening
you want a
meal.
pastry?
You can go to the pastry shop.
Sure. Are you hungry, Darby?
Yeah. It just smells really good walking toward...
I could eat. Yeah.
Then we'll go to bed.
All right.
We'll go get ready for
Sweet.
the festivities.
All right, you head to the Daly's Bakehouse, which is literally around the corner. The Dailies are... What are they doing? Oh, they're tending. Okay, so at the front counter, you see a husband and wife who greet you warmly as you enter. The husband is a red-haired individual wearing a baker's apron. He is lean. He is very muscular. But very lean, like, you know, not overly toned or anything. His wife is a very attractive woman, who, let's see, who has the name Mary written calligraphied on her sort of serving blouse. They see you, and in this place as well, you can also see a 12-year-old half-elf who you saw playing in the streets. It was actually one of the children you saved.
Oh.
As you walk in, the man sort of stands up and says, "Oi, welcome to the Daly's Bakehouse. My name is Brian Daly, and you're the new travelers, aren't you?"
Yes, hello. My name is Khalil.
He sort of takes off his apron. He says, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for saving my boy Gavin." He sort of takes you by the hand. He sort of shakes you. He gives Darby a big hug. You know, shakes Aurora's hand. He's like, Mary, come, meet the. It was the Howlin' Agency, wasn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your name's already being spread around town. You saved the mayor's children and mine as well. Mary, this is the Howlin' agents that... Oh, really? Yes, no, I heard so much. Oh, thank you again. I don't know what I'd do if my wee lamb had fallen into any kind of misfortune. It was terrible that accident, and I'm so lucky that you were there. Here, love, have some sweet rolls on the house. She sort of holds up a big tray of these cinnamon sweet rolls.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. How's your little one?
Gives like you a couple extra, like stacks them onto each of you, and says, "Oh, you look thin. You know, please take what you need."
How many did she give us?
She gives you 6 each.
Wow.
Hey.
She says,
I'll
"What do
eat
you
one.
say to the man, Gavin?"
Thank you.
This is how you're treating manners. I'll tell you what, if you don't give him a proper thank you, I'm gonna give you a hiding.
Thank you for saving my life, sir.
And he bows.
Of course. Are you okay, Gavin? I know today was
yeah,
kind of
I'm-
scary.
I'm okay. I am grounded for this many years.
That's a very long time,
It's a forever time.
basically.
And you see Mary sort of bend over and says, yes, and you're lucky you got that. Brian says, so, how are you finding the festivities? Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, it's all very pleasant.
I'm very glad. It's one of the prides of our village. Every year we make up all of our best baked goods, and there's the eating of the stag pies. Every year Mary just she outdoes herself. Oh, you're a big softy, you are. Oh no, it's true. She makes the best pies in all of Ustalab. And you got to be sure to try one when the festivities kick off.
For sure. And then I'll just like grossly and noisily start eating, just, like, shoving pastries in my mouth.
We will definitely make sure to try some.
Well, I had the opportunity, but I gave it to the horses. Remember that pie?
Yes.
Oh, well, if you want another pie, here, just please, on the house. And this, before you got like a small short pie, this time they bring out like a big, like, eight people kind of
Oh,
pie.
Jesus.
And this one is a... This is a... Oh, okay, let me explain this. It is called a Mississippi mud pie. It is a cookie base on the bottom with... do you guys have like marshmallow stuff?
Yeah.
You have the marshmallow stuff with layers of sheeted chocolate. Like if you've ever had like, the Viennetta ice cream. It's got like those thin sheets of chocolate. And then more of the like sort of like a thin cream. And then at the top it's sprinkled with cashews and dark chocolate.
Delicious.
And then lightly toasted.
Oof.
I'm like triggered by the word mud.
Is that what she calls it?
No more mud!
The mud!
PTSD. PTSD, it's everywhere.
It's a very beautiful pie.
Oh, thank you. Please enjoy it to your fullest. It's the least we could do.
Are you satisfied, Darby?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't suppose you're heading back to town at all.
Yeah, of course.
Could I perhaps ask a favor? We have a delivery of pies that need to go to the inn.
We're going
Sure.
to the inn.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, coincident to that. Here, please. And she sort of brings out a couple of boxes. Would you be so kind? I'd be happy to compensate you for it.
No, don't worry about it. You give
Sure.
us enough.
She sort of pinches your cheek and gives you another 2 sweet rolls and says, "You are an angel. You're so handsome."
Me?
Yeah, to Khalil.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. Thank you.
The Brian sort of takes off his baker's hat and reveals he has long elven ears.
He's a full elf.
And he says, if you have the inclination, after the festival, if you're still around town, please feel free to drop by for dinner one day. It'd be our pleasure to host you.
Yeah, we might just take you up on
Sure.
that. Are we ready to be on our way?
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much for all
It
of
was
your...
lovely meeting
You
you.
as well.
Safe travels, dears.
You be safe,
All right,
Gavin.
and- I will. And you leave the bakehouse, returning to the town below the hill. Now, where do you want to go to next? I assume the
We'll drop
the inn?
off this, the package we have.
Go to the inn.
All right. Heading over to the inn, you speak with Yuri, and he accepts the package on your behalf. It is now getting late, and the dinner has begun. You can see that there are, obviously a whole bunch of people, eating. But more notably, you notice that one whole portion of the inn has been claimed by the bandit-looking guys. And in front of them, you can see the face of a very standout guy. So it is one of the pictures I have sent. It is this dude. Do we have the picture?
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
he's evil.
All right, so this individual is sitting there, and you can see Donovan is sort of, they're all chatting, they're all talking and having a bit of a laugh. They look over to you, and he whispers something to this handsome individual. He sort of turns to look at you, and he sort of smiles and nods, and everyone sort of starts to hush down as you sort of come in. What do you do?
Give him a little wave. Like,
Yeah, I'll smile and wave too. I'll be like, but like passive
The,
aggressively.
The orc does the same thing.
I'll just completely ignore them.
all right, guys. What do you want to do tonight? Eat, drink.
Yeah,
Dobby?
we should have the party with everyone else.
Yeah. What's going on other than?
Okay, apart from them, you could see that the youngsters are getting really drunk,
Oh no.
like super drunk. They're like, like you see, Lachlan is sort of like, that's why I tell you that we should have 4 swords. Okay, if you put one sword and you tie it around and then another sword, you've got 4 swords and you can slice them. And then you can have another 4 swords and you can 2-weapon fight. Okay, but it's 4-weapon fighting. And yeah, the others are just sort of humoring him. Spencer is already, sort of, and Lavi, Lavi is just sort of like laughing at everything Lachlan's saying. You then also see the 2 Galtese men who seem to be in sort of like a discussion about what their they're also like in a discussion about what they're doing for the next day. They are speaking in Galtese. You can see they're kind of trying to conceal what they're saying.
Oof.
You also see another individual, and he is another picture of the dude wielding a crossbow. Please, Eddie. By the way, for those of you who are new to the show, Eddie Tor is our Minotaur that we have trapped in the editing suite. Thus, he is our Eddie Tor. Have we got the guy?
Oh, I got the guy.
I got the guy. Yes? No? Potatoes?
He's getting it.
He's got it.
He's pulling.
Got it?
He's pulling
All
it
right.
up.
Sweet. So, with that, you see that this individual appears to be drinking alone at the bar. He looks very weathered, and he has a very, very traveled look about him. Like his boots are caked with dirt. His cloak is ratty. Yeah, this guy.
I'm excited. I want to talk to him. Cleo does.
Sure.
I'm gonna slide in next to him and like, ooh.
All right. As you see him, he says, Sorry, that seat's taken.
Ooh, by me. Hi, my name is Khalil. My name is Khalil Howland of the Howland Agency. I heard you're like the #1 contender to win this whole shebang thing.
He sort of nods to you and he taps the table one more time, and Yuri, the big muscular bartender, brings him another glass of wine. And he says, "Yes, Samus Stern. It is nice to make your acquaintance, but I'm sure you've already heard of me."
A little bit, not as much as I would have liked to.
Are you hitting on me?
You can roll me a knowledge local check. Anyone? No? No one?
History, but no local.
Excellent. Oh, history might work. You can go history.
Very talented in history. Just not in local. I wish history and local went together. I wish they did, but whatever.
Nope.
That is a 22.
All right, with a 22, you would know that the name Samuel Stern is quite an old famous name. He was known for having put down a werewolf den single-handedly in the northern marshes, in the Shudderwood. And there was a lot of celebrity around him. Like, he went on book tours, he did signings, he did conventions, he trained people at the Lepistad University in proper handlings of the lycanthrope curse. But over the time, his popularity and his appearance in the newspapers or in the chronicles has disappeared, basically. He is all but unknown nowadays.
But you're a sweeper super nerd.
Yeah, basically, I am a super nerd. So what, you're just here to regain the fame and infamy you had from like years back?
Has been.
Wow.
Wow.
sort of looks at you a bit cross and sort of says, I have enjoyed my celebrity status and I continue to do so even till this day. I simply do this as a means to sort of stretch my legs so that my adoring fans don't think that I become irrelevant in today's society.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's hard to keep up with some of like the new and up and coming groups, right?
Wink, wink, us.
Wow.
Yes, I imagine so, but, there are big shoes to fill, and my shoes are, well,
Dirty.
they speak for themselves.
I wear size 11s.
Sort of puts out his boots, 14 and a half.
Not even... Very impressive, sir.
Thank you. I try my best. But, this white stag, what do you make of it? You think that you've got a good shot at trying to catch the thing?
Nope.
Absolutely.
I definitely know that I'm gonna catch it.
What if I were to tell you that it wasn't a stag at all?
What are you trying to say?
Well, what if I were to say that it perhaps has a bit of a secret? What if I told you it was a lycanthrope?
Can I sense?
Well, not a lycanthrope.
Can I sense
Or a
motive?
Terrianthrope.
A what?
A were creature. A creature that is a deer by day and a person by night.
Interesting. How do you know this?
Well, I have been here for many years, and I have seen many things. I have watched the trails, I have pieced together the information, and I am certain that this is the case.
Why would you tell us this?
Well,
Sporting?
precisely. Perhaps consider it to be a challenge to the new blood.
Interesting. Well,
Wouldn't want you to think that I had any kind of unfair advantage when I find and slay this creature before you.
I mean, I don't know which one you're gonna find because it'll have already been captured. But
So you said a deer by day and a man by
It's a
night.
weird ear.
So it's flipped.
yes, deer by day, man by night.
So would we still
Alright.
get the prize if we killed the man?
Did we want to kill a person?
I'll be asking the serious questions. All right.
I mean, I was
so
personally
just-
of the belief that the stag didn't exist.
Maybe it's
And
a
that it was
person.
just like something that this town propagates to keep making money.
I want to ask him. So, I mean, other than that, of course, what do you think of these bandits that are kind of running amok in this town in this competition?
He says that really loud. What do you think of
He
these?
says,
I don't know.
"Hey guys, what do you think of these guys?" Yeah, he says, "There's always some like that. It's not uncommon. They all end up the same way. They all come in with bravado and big ambition, and well, I've just found that after so many years, the creature is still not found. So, well, here we are."
Well, hopefully this year.
And so you believe it enough to keep coming back every year
Oh, absolutely.
because you.
If I can prove and capture this creature, then this will be a fantastic discovery.
If it is a person, and it comes back every year, wouldn't it make sense that it's a person that lives here?
Perhaps. That's my suspicion as well.
You're just gonna kill them?
Well, we'll suppose we'll see when we get there. No one said the beast had to be captured dead.
That's true.
Well, the evening is late and I must retire. So, till tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Sort of nods,
Tips Fedora.
and he walks off. All right. Well, thanks to a plot twist.
Are there any kind of
From
like
out-
attacks associated with this thing, or is it just a mystical hunt?
It's just a mystical hunt. All right.
Non-violent.
Thanks to the effort of our new friend, My Right Eye Occasionally, we've picked up the Pride card. The Pride card results in the following event. As you sort of watch this individual leave, a few moments later, you are sitting, like, literally standing beside or in between you, is the half-orc individual from before. Sort of leans in close and he says, well, my friends. It be good to see you here. I'm a pirate, that's right. I couldn't think of what a half-orc sounds like. Hang on, let me try again. I can do better.
He kind of looks like a pirate.
He did kind
Kinda does. Alright, pirate it is. Oh, right. So, I haven't told My Right Eye what we actually do. So, we call out for numbers between 1 and 51 to pull out random plot twists from this deck of cards that I have. One of the numbers, which is the one you picked, gets thrown into the story at random. So you actually get to influence the story with these random rolls.
And then
Or
Michael
random-
improvs it.
And then I improv it. Because, you know, Color Circuit does improv, apparently. Okay. So, anyway, he comes up and he says, maybe I could buy you a drink.
Yeah. You can sit.
He sort of says, bartender, 3 dragon breath ales. And as he's pouring, he says, now, perhaps we haven't met.
No.
My name's Grinder.
Yeah, I've heard of you. My name is Khalil.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of you too. You've met my boys. And you met Donovan, I believe.
I met part of Donovan specifically more so, but yeah.
I've got to admit, I'm terribly sorry about that. Wasn't supposed to go down that way. Told my boys to keep it on a leash while they're in town, you know. But you know how boys are, you know. Rowdy, smelly, you know. Looking for a fight wherever they can.
Right, like bandits do.
You said we were bandits.
You look like
He
bandits.
sort of places his hands on Darby and Sorora's shoulder, and he says, "We're heroes for hire."
That's an interesting way of putting it.
I hiss at him. His.
She has personal space issues.
He lets you go, but he sort of keeps this very cocky, prideful grin on his face. He says, "Fair enough. Listen here, couldn't help but notice you talking to the old man. What'd he say? Huh?
He said that he is 100% sure that he's going to beat you in capturing this beast.
Well, he kind of said everyone.
Everyone.
He didn't like single this guy out specifically.
I know. I'm not with those Cleo.
Is that right? Is that right? At this point, he sort of reaches into his jacket and pulls out a cigar. He puts it in his mouth. That's a shame. Everyone had high hopes for that old man, but you know what? This year I've come fully packed. With Grinder and his gears, we're gonna tear up this forest. Go on, have a laugh.
So,
You know what? In my defense, I wrote this 8 years ago.
No.
Okay.
You know, we're laughing at
we're
something
laughing-
the editor did.
We're laughing because as soon
Oh.
as you said he had a cigarette, editor pulled the picture aside and drew a cigarette in his mouth. Like a
Oh, did he?
cigar in his
Oh.
mouth.
Oh. I can't see that.
I know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There he goes. He has a cigarette now. All right, and as he's smoking it, by the way, because of course Grinder is a thing, and I was like, I named him before Grinder was a thing,
Oh.
so I'm like, I know that's gonna get a chuckle. And I was worried about it, and then just the timing. So anyway, he says, I've got 50 men who are gonna pull apart and kill any creature that walks in front of us for the next 100 miles. This thing ain't getting away from us this year.
Yes, I'm
You sound
sure
very
that'll work
confident.
Great.
Yeah, well, against one old man, 3 one-trick ponies.
Well, we have
And,
4 ponies.
Well, the baby battalion over there, we got this in the bag.
Well, I would say with all 50 of your men combined, they might equal one of those kids over there. Probably.
He sort of laughs and chuckles as he sort of leans backwards. You know, your drinks get brought out as he places it in front of you. As the bartender places it in front of you, he goes over to Darby's one, and he says. He blows like this huge cloud of smoke in your faces, and he says, "Well, may the best half orc win." And he then puts the cigar out in his drink.
In my drink?
Before
Oh, his drink.
Yeah,
Oh, in Darby's drink?
yeah.
It's all right.
Before standing up and walking off.
Don't you want your drink?
There are 3 drinks like for you.
Oh, never mind.
All right. So, thank you very much, Right Eye, for that very interesting encounter. Well, you guys have your drinks in front of you, and obviously Darby's is slightly contaminated.
I wasn't gonna drink it anyway, and I pull out my flask.
Yeah, I figured you weren't. I figured Khalil's had enough, sort of mud thrown in his face today. All right, so that leaves us with the last bit of business, and that is, of course, you are approached by the 2 Frenchmen, Gabriel and Aaron. As they arrive, they take the drinks from you in front of you, and they throw it down. Catch you later, Right Eye. We've got like 10 minutes on it, so we're wrapping up now anyway. Okay, so he basically pulls the drinks away from you, and it says, do not drink anything that they give. Last year, many people were actually poisoned by other competitors, so,
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't have drinking anything.
I don't
that
really
a
drink.
stranger would give me anyway, as a rule.
Well, that is a very excellent philosophy. Who is this? Sort of, this blonde individual sort of walks up. He says, my name is Aaron. I am a hunter from here, and this is my brother. His name is Gabriel. He does not speak much.
Hello, my name's Sorora.
We shared a nice camp meal with these fellows.
This is the last member of our party we were talking about.
Well,
One of the lost
one
members.
of them.
I was in a storm.
Yes, I do recall you were mentioned and spoke to quite well, but you never mentioned that she was so spiritual. I can feel the essence of the divines working their hand upon you.
I tend to not to notice those sorts of things.
She's very talented,
Ah.
yes.
I would say so. So, are you are excited for tomorrow? Yes.
Very
Oh
excited.
yes.
We're gonna win.
Excellent. Well,
So excited.
I have some things that I would like you to perhaps maybe keep your eye open for.
Uh-oh.
You see, in the morning, some of the older hunters know that the priest will actually be putting out a notice on the board out the front of the lodge. Do not run straight into the forest. Head there straight away so that you can actually see the map, and it will show you the latest sighting of the creature.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
We appreciate it. Aaron.
To pass on, I don't know how much you've heard, and you helped us earlier. We talked to, what's the other hunter's name? The big time one?
Samus.
Samus earlier, and he told us a theory. He believes that the creature might actually be a
Where, dear?
weredeer.
Just along this individual, this Samus, he would see werewolves where there are none. Be careful dealing with him. He is obsessed with trying to recreate his very old fame, and there is no guarantee that this is going to be the case at all.
Oh, thank you. I'm just was trying to pass it on and see what you thought.
No, we've heard this story long before. Do not pay any mind to it. But look, another thing that I would highly recommend is steer clear of the grinders. They are definitely packing for more than just hunting deer, if you know what I understand.
Yes, I believe he said he was going to tear apart any creature they see within 100 yards or something.
Yes, we'll be in our best lookout for them. They seem to be
Excellent.
troublesome.
Is this a bad time that I
alright.
mentioned that I drank a little bit of the alcohol that he gave me?
No, you can roll a fort save.
18.
With an 18, you find that over the next 24 hours, you will have fire resistance 5.
What is that?
Whenever you take.
It means whenever you take damage from fire, it doesn't burn you unless it does more than 5 damage.
Damn.
All right.
I have that with fire, cold, and electricity because I'm a tiefling.
Ooh.
The actual taste of the Dragon's Breath Ale, because he doesn't sort of take it off you per se, but he kind of like sort of stops you from initially tasting it. So as Soror sort of pulls it to her lips, it's got this very spicy note to it, almost like kind of like this chili chocolate kind of butterbeery kind of ale taste. It's got a kick to it, but you managed to, sort of keep it down, and it's absolutely fantastic. Like, it's actually really good. You're not surprised that an orc would like it, though, because it's got a lot of very big and harsh flavors. But, yeah, you'll suddenly feel a lot warmer from the inside out as you've taken and consumed this drink.
Nice. I know it worked out this time, but in the future, when a stranger, especially like a shady stranger, gives you drinks, let me look at it first. I can.
It's probably
I
good
can,
practice. Or
All right. So this will be it for the session, unless you guys have anything else you wish to speak to. Anyone else you would wish to speak
Yeah,
to?
if we're gonna do like a big party where they do like the pie thing or whatever, I'm assuming that's coming.
Yep.
I wanted to talk to the mayor about using the firework I have. Like a good.
The mayor happily gives you permission to let off fireworks and celebrate. He explains to you the ritual that happens is that they have a meeting in the morning. There is the serving of the traditional white stag meat pies. There is a moment of silence. We then eat the pies, and then after that the hunt begins. At which point you can set off the fireworks and
Yep. I'll set up
celebrate.
Big Ben on like a timer or like a whatever.
Oh, that'll be fantastic. The mayor will actually greatly appreciate this, and you will gain a +5 diplomacy for dealing with him in the future.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else, Aurora? Would you like to speak with anyone in particular? Gabriel and Aaron are super into you. Well, no, mostly Aaron, because Aaron's French.
Aaron's the one that can actually
I wanted
talk.
to see how Gabriel hits on her
Yeah.
without talking.
Yeah, I want to know why he doesn't talk. Is he just like a moody
You want to talk to
guy?
Gabriel?
Yeah, I want to talk to Gabriel.
Srora's got a thing for the
All right,
strong
so what do you
silent.
say to Gabriel?
What's wrong with you?
Sort of opens his mouth, and you realize his tongue's been cut out.
I'm so sorry. And then I like hand him one of my 17 sweet rolls that I have. And I like bow and I back away sad.
He looks at the sweet roll he can't taste because he has no tongue.
Oh no. He can eat it though.
You give him a sweet roll.
I don't want to carry all of them is the issue. Okay, can I just like give him a hug or something? I feel so...
You can. As you give him a hug, he sort of gives you a little hug back. He sort of has this very sweet smile, despite his actual the thing is him being so silent all the time is actually what builds up his intimidation more than anything else. He actually isn't. He's actually quite happy and friendly. He's not stupid. He's also very
Is there a way to
intelligent,
heal
but-
someone's tongue after it's been cut off for a long period of time?
A druid spell called Regenerate.
Interesting. Okay.
And also that herb.
He sort of he sort of shows you a picture. He opens up what appears to be a small locket, and inside the picture, you can see basically a drawn artwork of Gabriel and Aaron. Both of them appear to be wearing this blue uniform, and they have like this weird kind of tricorn hat. You recognize this as the Grey Gardeners. These are people who are judge, jury, and executioner in the land of Galt. And you see that Aaron and Gabe were once members of these. However, obviously, new circumstances, that is no longer the case, with them having had to leave Galt, and Gabriel's tongue having been cut out is probably part of one of the punishments they had to endure.
Oh wow, Jesus. Okay.
Gabriel sort of pats him on the back. Gabriel sort of sees the two of you bonding,
Aaron?
and he sort of leaves you alone and goes and sort of has drinks and stuff like that. But Gabriel actually doesn't spend more time on himself. He sort of more asks about you and your past, like where you came from and what your family was like. He does so in kind of like a mix between writing and pantomime. Like he'll basically point to the locket and be like, him, me, brothers, you, family.
Yes. I kind of tell him that I have a father, and he's very stern, but he's taught me to be who I am.
He says, being stern is good, means you heart, mind won't break.
Yes.
Being strong is good. And yeah, he like I said, he has a very polite conversation with you, and he also asks about like how you met the others, and sort of why you became a sweeper.
I tell him that I was looking for this herb and maybe it could help his tongue if he found it. and I'm just going along with them because I need somewhere to belong.
The last thing he says is, sometimes speaking is a weakness.
Ooh.
Sometimes not being able to speak means you spend more time listening. And with this very heartwarming scene is where we will wrap up today's session. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We don't have a cliffhanger today, mostly because, I mean, I could have started the festival early, but I didn't want to. I want us to kick off with that. So we will be going straight to the festival next week. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. You guys got to meet a lot of the townsfolk, a lot of the people who are going to be on the hunt, and I will tell you what, there's a very, very, very good reason why we have spent so long learning about these individuals, figuring out their personalities, seeing where they go, because spoiler alert, well, slight spoiler alert, is that this particular part of the adventure is going to be turning into a murder mystery.
Oh wow, Jesus!
Dun, dun, dun.
So that is the teaser for you guys for
It
next
was the
week.
50 bandits.
It was all 50 bandits have been murdered. You have to figure out who did it.
No, they committed the murder.
It was Khalil.
It was Khalil 2, the horse.
Ah!
No, it was not. It was Thunder. Thunder is responsible. Secretly, the secret behind all the time. Or if Thunder gets murdered, could be anyone.
If Thunder's
Basically, yeah.
murdered, then it will be Thunder from Down Under.
Oh my God.
Had to be said.
Okay. All right. So yeah. No. Someone they've met will die, and they will indeed have to figure out who done it, why they done it, how they done it, and all that sort of stuff, which we will do next week. So are we on the exit screen or?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I have been Michael from Ask a Pathfinder. If you want to catch up with me, you can visit me on Facebook at facebook.com/AskAPathfinder. Or if you want to chat with me directly about all things RPG, I offer free coaching and advice for Pathfinder or any kind of role-playing game on Discord at discord.me/AskAPathfinder. I have had a great time today, and I hope my players had too. You guys all had fun?
Yes. Always.
Yeah? Did you like getting your ass kicked by a horse?
Yes, hilarious.
I was the only one who got my ass kicked by a horse.
Yeah.
I made
You were, but I feel like at some point you were just itching for a fight. And
Oh yeah,
Why
I
are
think
you trying to fight everyone?
I didn't try to fight anyone.
You were a bit.
all right, wait, show of hands. Show of hands. Who thinks Khalil was trying to pick a fight with someone?
Khalil was extra salty tonight.
I just ran into a very annoying goblin.
He's still dealing with the post-traumatic stress of the gremlin. How about the rest of you guys? You guys had fun?
Yeah, it was good.
Yes.
Yeah,
I liked all the
awesome.
setup.
Did you guys have in keeping in mind, obviously, the next week's game being a murder mystery? Do you guys have a favorite NPC that you've met today?
Oh, definitely old man.
Oh yeah.
Old Man Whitaker.
Old Man Whitaker was pretty great.
He was... I liked that we did a lot of personification to our horses. They're like characters more so now. Especially Thunder.
Yeah. Well, in my
They've
head they were
always
always
kind of
characters. We just never really explored it. But today it was like, let's play around with them. So yeah, that's cool. All right, well that's it from me. Let's now turn to the Color Circuit team and find out what's going on in the world of Color Circuit.
Nothing! We're on a break for like a week because me and Dylan are going out of town until next Monday. We will resume regular schedule next Tuesday, so Tails will be the return of Color Circuit from our week of break.
Woo! Yeah.
So I guess
Bookends.
this is actually our last show until we start back up again. So it's Tails back to Tails again.
All right, cool. So,
Yeah,
haha.
back to back.
Well, you're done with Color Circuit until you see my ugly face again. So, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in and listening.
And,
We love having you guys around, and we love having you guys interact with us. The plot twists are awesome and amazing, and always stir up problems. Like, obviously, the orcs were not supposed to really do anything today. They were just supposed to kind of be like, hey, there's these guys up here. But no, of course, one of the audience members had to bring in the orc, so yeah, sure.
There's so much new stuff, so many cool new items I'm never gonna use.
Oh, I forgot about the grab bag.
Oh yeah, you'll get to use all of them, including your broken music box at some point. So again, thank you to our audience, thank you to our players, and thank you, of course, to the editor who constantly deals with the shits, twists, and turns of everyone's whims. And until next time, guys, as always, keep your dice rolling and make sure your ideas stay mindworm free. Have a good one.
We're out.